3, 2, 1. And on your marks, get set, ready.
And hey,
Warras is old.
hey, how old are you, Warras?
36.
Una 36 when.
What kind of an interview is this? How old am I?
I've interview,
What's wrong with you, nigga?
No, I've interview, How much
All I can say is Google is lying.
How old are you?
Warras said his age.
On Google? How old are you?
Warras, you look like 45, 47.
Fuck off.
I'm more 42.
Yeah, okay.
Do you agree with that, Chairman? Oh,
Chairman!
again.
Oh, Chairman! Hey, Matanga!
Warras, could you like 40, 50, man?
How is it?
You know what always happens to me on Twitter?
Yeah.
But remember, I've been around for long, guys. 18 years, 17 years. I've been out here.
Yeah, that's old.
And in the public eye. So what happens is anytime there's a subject where people feel guti, bangas faga into that age thing, they always like, oh man, who cares what you say? You're pushing 40. Or aren't you too old to be commenting on this? And then I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because I'm not your uncle there by your house. Yabo mina Warras min. Let's be sure. Yabo asfani song. And angsu babu ako min. Maybe babu ako lo na 40. Angazi style sakisinjani but mina.
But you don't look, but you don't look 49.
But I also don't act 40. I don't act 49.
You act.
I can't even relate to the people that I went to school with.
You act. What is the age?
You
36.
You act 36.
But I don't support this guy. You're 36.
But also Friday.
People who are 36, what do they do?
Agas.
What do they do?
Yeah, like what are they doing now? It's Friday, Fanda. Come back. What are
A
they
lot of them are leaving work. They're going for their after work drinks.
And then after work, what do they do?
After work drinks.
After work drinks, what do they do?
After work drinks, usually they go home to their wives and husbands
36?
if they're married.
Oh, you are not
What do you
36.
do?
What do I do?
What do you do?
No, my
Whatever pays money. Whatever pays money.
Let's start this formally.
Warras, did you not run by that house where they found the president? Don't you run by that?
He runs there with this.
You see, there were privileged view of us, right?
General.
When they said, no, this man was outside that house, I was thinking, oh, but that's the route we all walk our dogs.
I was
Still outside that nigga's house. Yabo route yakon. Usuka endlini yakhe. Utitwe right by the circle, left around the bend onto that Oxford Road, Oxford Street.
It's a coincidence.
We used to also walk our dogs from First Road, Hyde Park, walk up past the president's house into that street, and then it's a nice loop around. It's not like a far walk. Yeah, now he walks that route. Now I'm shoot and enganzami. I shot him, oh, Mr. President, please take a photo with my lighties.
Nice.
And we'd see the brood every Sunday morning when we were walking our dogs. So it wasn't unusual.
Would you go visit that house?
No, of course not. But
we
would,
I was asking.
We would drive past that house, right? And we'd say, like, Yabo, if I could afford a house here or if I lived in the street, this is different.
That house,
So you go in there,
is that house here, is it his presidential house from the government or it's his personal house?
But I'm not talking about that presidential
one?
house. I'm talking about the other house.
Where he walks. No, I'm saying, I get it's in that area. Do you know?
No, I think it's his personal house. I don't think that's the presidential house.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But I think the personal becomes the presidential. Like, I think you have the option.
Yes,
I don't know.
as far as I know, that's what happens as well.
In that cul-de-sac, you know that it's his house because there's, you know, the Casper. There's a Casper station like a block away, and there's always police cars there, like on duty. Then obviously, in a Magafiga, he comes in a convoy of 13 cars. Yeah, but so that's the cul-de-sac. But
I'm not talking about the presidential house.
You're talking about, it's 2 blocks. It's up from his house to the traffic circle, right?
How far from your house?
From my house, it's another 3 blocks because I was on First Avenue in Hyde Park. 1 block from me was Julius Malema's house, which is also there by that traffic circle. It's the black house down the road from Hyde Park corner. So there's heavy security presence, right?
In that area.
Yes, but what I will say is,
That's your money, bro.
Warras
has got.
No. I've moved away from
Elephant dollar.
That's the house that we're talking about, the one on the corner that he was caught at. Mvana, everyone has security outside. There by Malema's house, there's like 2 security vehicles, maybe 4 guards. In the streets opposite Malema, Babona security moto zabo. A block away, there'll be like 1 3 Series PM with lights. So you can see, security presence. Then you get the president's house and streets, because there's some other heavies that live around there.
Sure.
There'll be the PPS, whatever, presidential policing guys. That house of this bra.
Sure.
To say there was 10 bodyguard vehicles outside is an understatement.
Yeah.
There'd just be like cars, black cars. And then I'd be like, I wonder who lives here. You know what I'm saying? Then I thought it's like a government official of some sort.
Fair enough.
When you see the security presence outside the house. And there'd always be cars, like, not abantu are coming for meetings or something.
You know what's crazy with the security detail? Let's take Ujuju. When you see him at like school, he's there in his car with his family.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro,
Yeah, one by one.
who are you going with? And it's so awkward depending on the situation or the meetings, whatever. Like he'll sit by himself. So you have to, if it's, otherwise, so like the loser parents, it's like, no, and you're like, do you know who you are, dog? Like when you travel everywhere, Moya Pick and Pay, you've got security.
Yeah.
But why? Uklia was asking me this question today at gym, and he was asking me and he's saying, do you carry at gym? Yeah? And I'm like, I carry 99.9% of the time, but weirdly enough, I don't at gym.
Inside the gym.
No, but like just
To the gym and from the gym.
however you want to paint it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's actually a really good question because again, you don't know when crime will happen. Whether you're talking about it from those
So you
high-ranking
don't carry
people.
Mochima?
I don't carry my
Back in.
Oh, I got
Okay,
you.
sokusini, boy.
No, like in the bag, more via
No, ukuthi nansi firearm, mangise Jimmy.
Iku.
That's not.
Ngaphandle le ayisebenzi. Ayisebenzi le ngaphandle. This doesn't work in the street. Melu don't cheese. No, there's a guy that comes to my gym, dog. He's always carrying in the gym, and I'm always like, yo, hey, Faith.
Wait, why not Chima?
Why like
There's these bodyguards, these white guys, private security, that train, not at my gym, but the gym across. So every now and again, you'll go there and you'll see like, God. These guys literally are carrying, like they're wearing vests, like nipple vests, and they just got like 2 weapons here. And I'm like,
why about you, man? One of them got you. Look, you're supposed to carry all the time. Supposed to be
you have to.
on your person or in the safe.
There's a guy who fixes kunenye car when you drive was fixing the car. Mangifika
ikusheshe le
uya
yakho le, ikusheshe le.
No.
Ekusheshe uze, eh?
Le kusheshe le, oy.
Lo mchita loya ulakhan wena. Idla ma cheese
Oh,
cake.
chairman.
So lo mchita la mangifika lapha lungisa ikara. I'm like, how she's like, well, I mean, anytime.
Anytime is tea time, bro.
Because you don't know, because criminals are opportunists, you know? So my baki got stolen twice. And I remember speaking to Sergeant or whatever, the station commander, and I was saying, Guti, okay, sharp. And he's telling me, Guti, well, he was telling me, Guti, the day where there's the most hijacks are Tuesday.
I think you've said something like this before.
It was a Tuesday, and he says, and the day where they steal the most cars or the venue is shopping centers. Because when you're across, we are Pick and Pay, you're saying or whatever, so like you never know, because these guys are opportunists. They don't want to catch you when you are prepared for them on a Friday carrying one up.
It's why, man.
But it's crazy that you guys walk constantly past the president's house, you know, members of parliament and certain businessmen's houses all the time, knowing full well, Guti. Sorry. Knowing full well, Guti, anything can happen at any time.
Even if you're in a safe area.
Dog,
that is the craziest thing, eh?
Did you hear about the chairperson?
What is a safe area? That's the thing.
I think the area you live in is safe.
It is pretty safe, yeah. But I mean, honestly, I've been living where I live now for 3 years. Never ever has there been an incident since I was there. Now, like 2 weeks back, there was some guy, like a crazy guy, like, you know, para.
Sure.
He managed to get access into the precinct, and then he was going to like the stores and entering some of the buildings like he lives there, right? But I think he was just crazy. I don't think he meant any harm. But yo, dude, the response to this one guy, because he came into our
You guys have
building.
a Casper and a Warras there chilling
No,
outside.
I don't live there anymore. I've moved away.
Okay.
Because that area was not looking safe, man. That's when there was strange stuff going on.
Don't
there.
amazing.
Aye, only don't amazing.
Hey, right.
Then now, passing on with this, I'm arrest in. I love it. Boom,
Now we see
Then I checked. Choose, where can we stay now? They said, no, chief, come here. I said, I'm my shooting.
SIU is on Mlotshwa.
Yeah, you check. I said, no, I need to move. But we've had zero incidents. But if you look at the amounts of security it requires to have zero incident,
It's a lot, no?
it's a different chat. And when this incident happened, for this guy, if it's like right? You could tell he was crazy because like when he came into our building, I cliff gripped him. You check as he got into the lift. Now I was like, oh, what's going on? I mean, I thought he's a Uber Eats bro. And then he just walked in. He said, Sean, do na. Wangene lift in. Wangena Nami and another guy, like a senior guy from Pirates actually. And he greeted the senior guy from Pirates. So say his name was Penson. He was like, Exe Shosho Pen. And then Pen was like, Shosho Baf Ukraine. You know, the dude is being friendly because he's a representative of the team. Akafuna ukumcisha yabo. But uyambheka nami ngibamba isicapha ngithi sure baf uyaphi. He's like no ngiye 613. Ngithi 613. Then I just see Cliff come around here, grabs him. He says, hey wena. Obviously when he impalmed him, I got out the lift. I'm like,
yeah, I'm a part of this.
Yeah, no, it's just like like don't murder bra. We take him out. When we take him out to the main gate, they're like, where na food?
Yeah,
This guy, we kicked him out earlier. You understand? Then the next day, they caught him. He made it all the way down to the bottom near, like, where the Turkish restaurant was.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, I'm walking up from the gym. I'm a security kitchen. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like an action movie. Took like 8, 10 security guards. Then they said, no, there's a guy that's walking. He's carrying, I don't know, like a brick and something. It's like random shit.
It's true.
Guess who's it? Then I'm like, oh, but this is the guy from the other day. The response to that one guy, I'm saying, was like overwhelming. So when you're in an area where you've got that kind of response, you can consider it a safe area. It doesn't make it impenetrable.
Sure.
I think it also depends on your level of risk. About me now, if I'm driving along singing a song and I see you walking your dogs, I'm not going to take you, my son. You look like Ngatu Kukinsimbi. I'll look for an easier target. If there's a woman running alone, generally speaking, what do criminals do? We've all seen those CCTV footage. They stop, you can't outrun them, you can't outmuscle them. You've got a cell phone, maybe AirPods, whatever, by its heart. I have Apple Watch, that type of shit. Whereas I think if you're a guy, you're at less risk than perhaps a female. And if you're a guy who gyms or is, you understand, bigger, then they think twice about it. Unless because obviously if you're carrying, you've seen those CCTV
Yeah, because they want that
well.
free. Yeah, it's a free.
Where they rock up and they're like, hey,
free-
and
it's
the
a free
person
gun.
that they're rocking up to is like, hey, ini. Was.
I've got a friend of mine, Uyihata, back at home in Newcastle, and he was saying, Uti, they were driving parole, bahamba ngevan, machita bamisa kanje. Athi no qualms. Sifuna nje ibhamzeni. Took a shotgun, took ibani R5, he took their pistols.
Jesus.
Kamnandi. So there's that element, but let's start this officially. Like Warwick, thank you so much for pulling through, brother. Like,
Guys, thank you for having me.
I think
people have been saying
complaining.
By popular demand, a lot of people
By
messaged
popular
me
demand.
and said, yo, when are you going there?
Hey,
Man, people are telling you to come through.
People were tweeting me, they're like, when?
People like you, dog.
Even in the comments, like on TikTok and stuff, people were
like
saying,
you.
But why am
No,
I?
they saw me
Why?
again. So they were saying, yo, when are you going that side? So I said, I'm going.
So
Then
that-
I still messaged you, not
Yeah.
if it.
So they're not tweeting you to go to other shows. But to say,
They're
or
like, no,
generally people want you on different shows.
get Warras here. Make sure that here we go, the face.
Fine.
Every episode.
Which other show?
I don't know any other show. That people saying go to this show, go to that show.
I'm going to
Oh yeah, sure.
I still get tweets.
awesome.
People say like,
Go
come
back.
back, whatever.
Yeah.
Look, I'm very grateful. Look, so far it's gone very well. Yabo?
Sure.
I don't really get a lot of negative comments. And
No,
if people say,
love you,
yo,
people love you.
hambi alapan, you know what I'm saying? Then I also
Sure.
want to be like, yo, let me pull up. And Pela, you are my niggas. Don't act like we only saw each other today. These guys are started today kanti siyabonana.
No.
No, uhlala la ngihlala khona. He knows the area I'm referring to. Umakhelwane kaSirilo.
General Mkhwanazi, nangazi lutho. Ngicela ningangibali mase nibala into zini.
Imoto bawapake lapha eJardini. Kunehwayira lapha.
Look, I don't know.
Kunekusheshe ya Tebs upon this.
Kunekosheshe kaTebs neLamborghini kaSibanibani.
Hayi man, hayi.
GPV.
The driver I10. GPV.
But on the real, man,
GPV.
no, I think like there's 1,001 things that I wanted to ask and wanted to engage, especially like from the convo, from your own platform, from just the word on the streets, and coming from the same hood, and your journey going from Efraheti to Joburg. If you can unpack, because one of Tebza's greatest questions that I love so much, just to steal your question, is talking about unpacking masculinity, I think. And ngiyacela mfethu, just can you just break down your journey
Of masculinity?
No, coming from a Freiheit, masculinity, coming from a Freiheit and making it to where you are right now.
Dude, I would say it's hard, boss. You know,
Where's Freiheit?
it's next to Newcastle. It's about 380, 400 kilometers
Is that what
from
KZN?
Johannesburg. Yeah,
Is that in KZN?
northern KZN.
Oh, okay.
So, Mausuke Goli.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you leave Joburg, you go on the N3, you take the Heidelberg turn.
Sure.
At that Heidelberg turn, you'll pass some interesting stuff like a town called Daggafontein.
Daggafontein?
You'll pass, yeah, it's called Daggafontein. You'll pass the Vopak storage facility.
You guys know Kafferfontein in Eastern Cape?
Kopi.
In East, Kafferstad in Eastern Cape.
Aye,
It's by Steindorp, Denjal.
There is, you know, there's an off ramp coming from the Val. Like, I think, Vereniging side called Houtkop off ramp. Yeah, everyone.
Yes.
Hey, fun. I remember years ago I tweeted it and I was like, what the fuck?
Bro, there's a place called...
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll
find the name.
William Nicole. Bashincho Sensing Drive. Nah, but kune Houtkop. Guys. Are being
find it.
serious.
No,
so,
yeah,
right. So, Suala, uthi Heidelberg, uthi Chwe.
What
Mount
made you come to
Lula.
Jozi? What made you come to Jozi and how old were you when you came through?
I had to come here, my brother. All of us must cooler, like in these small towns. We come here.
Was it after high school?
It was after high school. So after high school, at the time, my mom was living in Durban.
Okay.
The plan was to go and do university in Durban. I was accepted at UKZN. I was accepted at WITS. I was...
Kaffer scroll.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Warras pelabon. Warras ki bale bas.
But this is a different spelling. This is like...
just say
Yeah,
it.
this is... That's kafir. Kafir. Like the
kafir.
Muslim infidel spelling.
Google it. Skral.
Ndona amakaferan
Skral.
annual is a skral.
Oh, ikral. But yabo,
Kafir
the way by
skral.
spelling it's not the same.
Ah,
Kafir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. If you check, have you seen like sometimes when they deep into like the doctrine of Islam?
No,
I'm telling you, that's a real word.
We know
No,
the
man.
origin of the word. No, we get the origin of the word.
But the origin of the one here with an I, that one is not originating from there. That one is originating
So,
from
mind
there.
you,
Don't let people fool you.
So I can call you whatever,
Yes.
as long as I just tweak
Ah,
a letanyana.
do you know that-
Let him have one F.
Do you know that Americans spell color different to the way we spell color?
Yeah, there's no U.
Correct.
It's ours you or
When Americans refer to somebody as a colored, how do they spell it?
I don't know.
With no U.
Yeah.
When we refer to somebody as a colored,
oh you.
Yeah.
exactly. Also, when we refer to somebody as a colored, like Tyler,
Yeah.
when you say that on the Breakfast Club, what happens?
You get cancelled.
I rest my case. It's the same with cafe.
So are you happy with the fact that people can say these things and just change one letanyana?
No, you know what? I'm not happy with the fact. I'm not happy with the fact that word, Yabo, I feel like apartheid was so smart in that they gave everybody labels. Right, so they called you a colored, you must stay here. This one,
this? Sure.
Yabo. And we've carried those words into post 1994,
Fact.
where we allow the words too much power. But at the same time, those that use the word to hurt us know ukuthi yabo mangisho kanje. You understand? It's like if colored people say masapus. It's like the ultimate one. to say, yo, we are too.
Anything with a so word that is a mother.
Yes,
Hey,
you understand.
hey.
We've given a lot of the insults too much power, and with the racial connotations that come with it, is that it doesn't even allow.
People have done that.
Yeah, remember when Gayton said it? People went back, even though the context in which he was saying it. You understand? 10 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever it was. People were like, "How dare you use that word?"
Yeah.
Young thought.
Sure.
They were not even prepared to engage in the context, part
context
of
of
the
what was
yeah.
said, yes.
Even when Ronaldo Goes.
Yes.
When he used it again, yeah, cool. He was trying to explain in this context, what if I? But it's like buff.
Don't even use it.
It
doesn't hit the
because
ear.
now
It
what
doesn't
you're
hit the
doing
ear.
is you're trying to use you know, people were like, you're using the word as much as you're using it to explain your point. It's like an excuse to use the word.
Are you offended when people use that word?
Very. There's no word that offends me more. I only
Why?
have some fun.
Why?
Because I know exactly, like I'm saying to you, I know the story behind it, and I know what you're doing when you're using it.
Yeah.
You
I think
understand?
so. Because
Especially when you're using it to insult. I feel like, no, you should know better. You definitely know better because you knew that using this word would add the impact that you're trying to add. So you are prepared to use a word
Sure.
just for impact. We are told why.
But it also means that person has got power over you, though.
No, it's not that person.
It's not that person.
What do you mean?
I'm from Friday, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, so hey, when
You know.
you thought it was a nickname.
This nigga is from Newcastle.
You thought it's a nickname?
No, man, yo, baby, I don't tell you.
Warras Cafe.
Warras. And the thing is that they'll give you like what's this? The epistemology of the word, and they'll try and break it down as if now they're trying to remove. And you're like,
they're trying to
bro,
remove the
dog,
offense,
dog,
and then
nah,
you're like, dog, no,
bro. They're playing
it's
that
not
shit.
okay.
I don't
even-
crap in those areas.
No,
Yeah,
even colored people, when they use the word, you've seen these videos that have gone viral,
Sure.
like in the taxi,
Sure.
where that one and it's like, Jay, you won't even for post fat me, your fucking car. You understand? Then I'm like, yabona. Then people are laughing at the video, right? Online.
Yeah.
They're like, as look at him losing his temper, and then I'm like, no, this one knows very well what he's doing. He jumped into a taxi. He's swearing at a black person,
Yeah.
but this is the insult he chooses to use.
Okay.
That should tell you all the power that it carries. So actually, Mina, I'm big now, dog. I'll just
But it's also
but I'm not gonna fucking go open a case of criminal injury. Let me put it that way.
Sure.
You know?
But it's also the intent. Because even if I, like, imagine your child says, khanda lako.
Yes.
Like, the khanda vele lako, but you know what they're trying to do. You know the intention.
Now
you know
I'm
exactly.
telling you
You know,
one.
because if you were to overhear your child, let's say they're busy talking with their friends, and you hear your child say, yo, my dad is so fucking awesome. They saw,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you know the context and what they're trying to say. You're like, yeah, that's me. You know. So I think it's so important. I'm sorry, Warras, that I threw you off.
No.
Man, I want to know
Your
Okay.
part.
what is
but it's
compared
not
to-
finished. His part about Fryhead.
No, I'm going to I was chat.
No, because there's young lighties, dog, that are gonna watch
Yeah.
and
No,
they love
can I
you,
tell you?
They want to know.
Let me tell this
Think
part.
about the Fryhead
because-
that are sitting watching you. Now.
Yes, I explained it to a lot of people where it's like, abantu mabesuka la ngemoto ku-N3 bayaqonda baya straight bandlula ngase-Harry Smith Montrose bafikele eThekwini. Abantu mabesuka la, not many people take that Heidelberg turn to go and see those towns on that route, right? Uzondlula Standerton, where you'll see that Transnet owns a large majority of that town. There's a whole Transnet section there because remember the trains, cargo trains and stuff were running through there. Then Mount Standerton, uthola Volksrust.
Sure.
Volksrust, historical town. If you Google it, you'll see that these towns were built for a reason at some point.
Sure.
They're still there. They fucked, but they're still there. After Volksrust, you get your Majuba Pass, which is basically over the mountain. Majuba Power Station is there. No, hardly anybody knows that. Once you've passed Majuba, you can go straight into Newcastle, or you make that left, and you're now traveling towards Blood River, which is the scene of the Blood River. I think it was the Zulus and the Boers.
Yeah.
Right? You pass Blood River. At Blood River, you can go right. You go to Dundee, Glencoe. Ladysmith is also accessible via that route.
So,
After Blood River,
the Battle of Sandlwana was in that area. Yeah.
Amsterdam, if you take that route, you're almost at the border of Swaziland. Once you pass Utrecht, you get to Vryheid, right? And No one goes that way.
So you born and raised.
I'm born and raised there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So when you say to people I'm from Vryheid, they're like, where the fuck is that? They think it's Vryburg, which is in the Free State. And I think the only reason people know Vryburg is because it became famous a few years ago. Remember when that lighty stabbed the other lighty? It was the OG racial incident at school town. Remember? White boy, black boy stabbed a white boy at the school because the white boy was racist to him. And then people were like, fuck it, expel the black boy. You know what I mean? And people were like, nah, but what did the white boy do?
Hey, you're not allowed to ask.
You check. And then it's like,
What
yes.
did Rihanna say? We're not allowed to ask. We're not allowed to ask. But anyway.
Wow, what did
So is it a colored community, black? What type of community is it?
It's a town built by Afrikaners.
Okay.
A lot of stuff there is still
Lots of
very
Germans there.
Afrikaans.
There's a lot of Germans in
A
France.
lot of farms. Like the place is surrounded by farms.
Nice.
But there is a colored community in Lakeside. I don't know how colored it is now. Like everywhere else, it's been infiltrated by other areas.
Darkies. Fact.
Not only darkies, like
Mandela.
foreigners, Pakistanis, you know, like foreigners of all colors and from all places. Then there's a location there, Peguzulu, which is like the township, if you will. Papa Action and Chester once came to Peguzulu. They came to the school there, Kwa States,
They probably shut it
to
down.
come and spin Ikusheshe Labo, probably fucked a couple of bitches, and then came back to Joburg.
Yeah, I mean,
Zola 7 made an appearance there, performed Umdlwembe. The stadium shut down.
Yes.
Mapaputsi came there, he performed his inj. I can't bring down.
You can understand.
And I couldn't even go, I was a lighty, you know. Anyway, there was 2 schools there. There's Pionier, which is Afrikaans only. I only started letting black people in
Later.
well into my teens. If you were black and wanted to go there, let's just say you'd have a shit time.
Sure.
And you'd have to learn in Afrikaans.
yes, sir.
Then there was Warras Vryheid, which was English and Afrikaans. So the English and Afrikaans mixed. Obviously, most of the non-white kids were on the English side, and most of the Afrikaans
With
kids
the
came from a lineage and an understanding from their Afrikaans parents that this owns a school for color type of thing. So you had that little bit of animosity.
Sure.
But bro, you know what I've realized about racism is honestly, once the racist part of the racism thing gives the other part a chance, like
Yeah,
get to
it's
know
not-
someone. Remember that white people and black people by and large don't mix. You understand?
Generalized.
The
In-
ordinary
in our
ones.
spaces,
The rich
yeah.
ones mix. Because we are all rich. We all live in Hyde Park. We all walk our dogs along the Cyril Ramaphosa route. Nigga, there's no time to be racist. Spila kamnandi, we are talk. It's not my security.
He's like a kawaii.
Yeah, like I don't have time to be racist. Sekushaya deal about billion. Uyadala wena. Ngama Lamborghini out 3. When you take a Lamborghini Kim, do you think I'm gonna be racist?
I don't have time for
I don't have time for that shit, dog.
No time.
Racism is for fucking poor people, and I think it's the most ignorant thing.
Do you know Vryheid, Hermansburg? There's a whole lot
But
of
racism is
after
for poor
World War
people.
II.
Poor people.
A
and shit, dog.
lot of the Nazi Germans
Sure.
left and settled in South Africa, and people don't speak about that.
Sure.
A lot of them also settled next door here in Namibia.
Crazy amount.
Hard.
Crazy amount. You go
Hard,
to Namibia, you go
bro.
to a random bar, you'll still see a swart sticker, and you go, Aibo. The
Yes.
Germans in Vryheid, they've got their own community, beer fest, everything, and you're like, jeez, bro, where do you guys come from? From 1948.
It was tough.
But all about
You see what? A swart sticker.
a swart sticker.
A swart stick.
A swart sticker.
A black sticker.
Oh,
Hey, now.
no, chairman.
You know, wait,
Say,
chairman.
Warras, awatshele state ifethu. If
You're
if
going
may.
with the school, so Pioneer,
States.
Pioneer, Vryheid High, the state.
Pioneer Vryheid High, Landbouw School,
Oh,
which was like a farming school.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
could-
yeah.
Like kids in Landbouw.
Landbouw.
What is
Like
It's a
farming,
school, it's a farming
agriculture.
school.
You didn't have to wear school shoes at Landbouw. You could come to school barefoot.
In winter, they wear
Nice,
shorts. Some of them are wearing
nice.
short shorts.
And
Barefoot.
then Estates was the township school, right? But had very good teachers. My uncle was a teacher there. Like, well,
you
one
guys
of
were
my
notorious.
best friend at school.
You guys
Was your
are-
uncle?
One of my best friends, Makelwane wam kahle kahle,
Was your
from the
uncle?
Maseko family. Yeah, he was my uncle.
You went to the
Mr.
same
Maseko.
school?
He- No, he was a teacher and a principal at that school. But he was that timer in the community that everyone respected
You don't mess
and
with that.
feared. You don't fuck with that
Yeah,
time.
fact.
So when he arrived Estates, he would just walk in and you'd make sure your shirt is tucked in. It wasn't like what we see online now at township
no,
schools. No ways, bro. when Mr. Maseko used to land,
It was
order.
a super tail before Figo chest and open
That's
machine.
it.
That super tail.
like in line. While Kumbula Supatsela, when that principal was whipping people.
Sticks was It
So-
states in the whole
There was
non-Natal.
order, bro.
In the whole non-Natal. We knew about the school, bro.
And bro, in rural Natal, right? In like Makaya, people by and large haven't been infected by what goes on here. You know, there's still like a sense of morality. There's a sense of respect. But people greet each other.
Sure.
You know, when I go to Vryheid now, it's not as prevalent, obviously, as it is here.
Fair.
It's just here where it's pila, like we are in hell here. Because everyone just fucking does
How much
it.
has Fred changed from when you were growing up there?
Oh, it's changed a lot. It's changed a lot. But a lot of the people that I grew up with are still there. And as long as they're still there, that town will still be the same. So there's elements of Vryheid that are still the same. And obviously, everything changes.
When
in
it's
Manam.
Warras, that type of
So
mindset.
how often do you
Baseko,
how often do
the
you go back there? Do you go?
I haven't been since last year, June. But I'm going back now, probably like in November. I'll go
Parents
back.
are still ngara.
My mom is here. My dad died. Shame. God rest his soul.
Condolences.
It's fine. It's not your fault. But
I was okay, sorry.
oh man. In
In
fact,
okay.
I think is on at the date of recording this. So I happy birthday time.
Is your dad still alive?
Yeah,
I still don't have a dad. My dad also died.
hard in jail.
Well,
sorry. It's
So
not my
tonight,
fault.
we don't have dads, bro.
Not my fault.
So can your dad
don't
be
know
our
this.
dad?
Can my what?
Can your dad be our dad?
Osmole good dad.
Ngizorika naye fana. Uyazwakala.
Kulunga naye, yazi sifuna
Oh, no, it's good.
ukulungisa le masculinity. Bro, your dad needs to have a chat with us because between us we have 20 children. Yo, you know what? Who's is Tembu, bro? I know.
No chance.
We could be rich. We could be living there in my Mela's house. Manje peg. Nazingane. Futhi, they don't go to they don't go to states. They go to fucking private schools in Joburg. How much would we be saving now, Pete?
Yo,
We'd probably
bro.
save like 60,000.
A lot of money.
Oh, wow.
No, don't worry, Ngizorika. You'll come through.
Yeah,
You'll be a
talk to
father and a grandfather.
So his states, please describe the type of school that his states was known to be.
Well, this is a
Strict,
township school.
disciplined.
So, yeah, no, but discipline, very strict. You had to do your work and you had to pass. So I would say what was expected of the students was a lot more than what we see today. I don't know. I haven't been there for years. But
Facts.
honestly speaking, I expect that it fell off.
We used to have a school, Matatene in Newcastle. What's that? Where the girls had to have their hair. Look at. Oh, sorry, Coast. What's the name of the school?
I forget, man.
The girls, the chairman. The girls had to have their hair short.
Siyamukela noma isiphakamiseni. I forget.
And you look at like matric results, it's 100% every year.
Exactly.
Okay, there's no weaves.
States had no issue with the pass rate being
Those
high. That's my
those
thing.
schools are still there, man.
No, I'm saying it's an
fine,
with the
man.
government coming through. You're not going to tell some of our sisters.
You guys are not in school, and you know when people leave certain areas, like, you know that area you will. The schooling system has changed. You guys are not in school anymore.
It has changed because you go there and you see how much it's a rate. So you drive past and you're like, huh? Even when you go to your old school, at our old school, like this year, they say, hey, your hair is starting to borderline. It's they stop you and they, hey, danga, you need a haircut very, very soon. Now you go there, much it changed, boy. So you start realizing
Which is ridiculous.
things have changed, bro. Things have really changed.
The fact that in schools we are even having I just feel like, again, like in order of priority, sometimes things are just a back to front.
Sure.
Where at schools, the debate is hair. It's a given that when you come to school, you need to be neat and tidy.
But you guys celebrated that girl with that afro on social media.
I actually thought it was
You guys
terrible.
celebrated that girl.
No.
Zuleika Patel.
Yeah.
Which one is that? Is this the one at Pretoria
Girls, yeah.
No,
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was like
celebrate
2-3
it.
years ago, on it.
No, long
No,
time
it was
ago.
a while back.
Yeah, hey, no, it's
I
right.
didn't
10
celebrate
years
it.
ago, though.
No, it wasn't 10, Donna.
10 years
5.
ago.
But there was a second
10 years
incident,
ago.
Mama Dreads. I think the
Yes.
one was Afro, the other was Dreads.
Yeah.
And then there's
So-
I want to
so-
wear my natural hair. And I just felt like,
So I was still in education at that time. And the thing
Don't
is,
educate Antona.
boy, it's a boy.
Don't tease Antona. Don't be stressed, Mpana.
Fundisa mathematics, boy.
It was 10 years ago, 2016.
Dango. Somewhere. And one of the things is that line where it says neat and tidy. And if you look at the X Model C or the white schools, they'll say, make sure your fringe doesn't go about your eyebrows, whatever.
Yeah.
So now they don't have hair policy for undaki. You understand? So they'll say things which your hair mustn't cover your ears and mustn't cover your eyebrows. That's the hair policy.
Isn't that enough?
Sharp as undaki. As undaki.
You can grow it upwards.
You can grow it upwards.
But that's
So now-
like a technique. So now
that's a technicality. So now you're gonna come through to me and tell me that my hair's not neat, and I say, show me in the policy.
Yeah, which is just being.
You guys are old niggas, man. What's wrong with kids wearing their hair how they want?
That's not what I said.
Oh, it sounded like you guys had an issue with modern kids and modern hairstyles.
No,
I'm saying.
I felt like.
What about your discipline? Isn't this changing? I want to mistress. Hey, mistress, yeah.
Manag, in 10 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I felt like that was a political statement more than it was I want to wear my hair anyhow. It was like type. And I was like, okay, this is dumb. What's happening with the academics?
Sure.
What are we here to do? We're at school to learn, boss. We're not at school to be activists and fight for hair police.
Where is this
When I
girl now?
was the way it's cooling a corner, you're doing it on purpose because you're making a political
Chairman,
The
where is this
challenge
lady
that
now?
happened
I'm
in
supposed to
this
chairman. Where is this lady now? Can you find out?
Zuleka,
Yeah.
I interviewed her last year. She's an activist.
She's
also released a book
perfect,
recently.
perfect.
She's a what?
She's an activist.
Like what's up?
I think she was studying, she may be studying law or finished law.
Oh, activist yini? Activist
yeah.
abasadi. No, I'm asking. Activist
But why with that
yini?
face? Why with that face?
What activist yini?
Your talk
I'll
is very
look it up. I'll look it
Please
up.
find out. Doctor.
very
May I say, activists that
simple.
study law are the most problematic fucking activists you can find. We deal with them in the CBD. Yes.
Is it?
When's on in the CBD?
More harm than good.
No,
I'm just. When people
I'm
said she's an activist and think she's studying
CBD is
law, I just thought
dilapidating
law,
kodwa wena ukhona la.
activist, hey, mfana.
Yeah, we CBT. Nah, go to Warras.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, she's got an undergrad in LLB from UNIS, and she started an NPO called Dare to Change to inspire the youth to change the world around them.
So, I back ladies like that, and I'll tell you why. Because if you look at the X Model C schools,
NGOs and NPOs are there to
but
make money.
But look at it like this. I'm a girl in grade 10. I'm seeing Jessica, who is a brunette. Next thing, her hair is now lighter. Next thing, I can see ufake iweave, even though I'm uphumile somewhere. And I'm going, she's allowed to change her hair color ever so slightly. She's allowed to ufaka my extensions. The second I do something that's outside of what is called whiteness or neat and tidy in their realm, I'm then challenged. So it becomes political and racial when they make it political and racial.
No. Jessica shouldn't be having extensions. Jessica shouldn't be dyeing her hair.
100%.
No one said Jessica should be allowed and you
100%.
shouldn't. What we are saying is, Jessica is expected to come to school with her hair neat as well.
Sure.
Jessica can't come through with like a Viking style, let me do cornrow. No, Jessica.
So, but
Neat
why
hairband.
is Jessica not managed?
Jessica's not even allowed to come with it loose and flowy.
But I'm
When
saying-
we were at school, girls
No,
weren't
when
allowed to have
when
their hair
when I
like that.
agree with you. I'm fully on your side. I'm saying, Uti, I feel like Osisbetu fought a fight where they're saying the white girls get to get away with a lot more than what we were allowed to get.
I don't agree. There's
don't?
no way that the white girls were doing and styling their hair.
No, but for my extensions, okay.
Not just this
one.
They do though.
But I'm saying that should
Did you
not
guys go
be
to those
allowed.
schools,
So
though?
I'm saying
What
to you,
schools?
Where these girls were doing
No,
But I'm saying
I haven't seen schoolgirls with
I
extensions.
also
the
haven't.
activists that are coming are not coming from the type of schools that we went to at that time. They're coming from very privileged spaces. And in those privileged spaces, you tend to start seeing things that are questionable.
Only
and that's
privileged
where
people have got time for activism. Privileged people have got time for shit.
Aibo.
No, serious. They're grown up in this privileged life where they're like, what can I change? Let me change something. Now, because you're looking for something to change, what do you end up doing? You change the hair policy at school. You change your gender. You change your bullshit. We don't have space for that. Serious. No.
Will Smith.
bullshit.
Manag.
Yeah.
Yabola. We need engineers. We
Yeah.
need people in STEM fields.
Yeah.
That's what we need here. We don't need activists.
So what happens?
We
is-
had a whole story arc is built on activism. Thank you, Mandela and them did it. You guys do something else. Let's build the
but
place.
that's their form of activism.
We don't have time for that.
Because I know
You're fighting for
I
hair.
know two big schools. Forget, I think he brought up the trans what, the gender what. And I know people that are born of a certain gender that go to boys' schools. That were born XX chromosome and they go to boys' schools.
We'll keep it 4-5.
Mana,
We keep it like
and
well,
I
they're
know-
born girls is what you're saying.
Biological.
And then
females.
I keep it.
And they go
And
to
they
boys'
go to a
schools.
boys'
No,
school.
I'm asking this.
wait.
And the boys,
Mana, fucking liar.
Like a
Liar.
child. He's now at a girls' school. Well, she. I'm so sorry.
You mean, here's what I'm saying.
She
Wait,
is now.
wait,
No,
let me hear this
she
properly.
is not. So
No,
Whoa.
I want him to hear what
I
I'm
taught
saying.
him, and he was at a boys' school.
Did he change the thing?
No,
Yes or no?
man. I don't know.
Before we get there.
No, I think I'm Epstein going looking at little kids'
I'm
stories.
saying, you are saying that someone was born a girl and then went to a
boy.
boys' school. But this boy you're referring to was in a boys' school.
His
and
whole
he's-
life
Right.
until high school, and then
That's what
I have
I'm
never checked. That's how
You can't see, my
No,
man.
you
These are
check.
school kids.
I'm just saying.
But I'm saying, why admit them in that school? That's what I'm asking.
No, he's
saying-
always been in
Yeah.
the school. He's always been in school from whatever grade on.
How did they
And then-
determine that it's a boy?
No,
He was a boy.
Ndanga,
Where
he-
did the
hey,
I don't
so-
know why they let him in the girls' school.
But he's she.
How did they determine that
She-
it's a she?
Because she said
Because
she's
she
a she.
said so.
She said she's a she.
Nami is she, vandaag.
Now is she, boy?
Very sheep.
Nami is she, vandaag.
Manje ndifuna baphila impilo zabo.
No, I'm
Cha,
saying,
cha.
I don't believe that story. Me.
Oh, you are.
Can I say?
Okay. It's known at these schools where it happens all the time.
Chairman, can you please find out if it's possible what this man said?
It is possible. I can confirm.
Oh, please tell us why you are confirming.
Oh,
Why is
because
this a chairman?
I
When
know.
time when Ashley Souls.
Me, I want to know what is the school criteria to say.
I confirm. Why are you confirming?
When you register a child,
Yeah.
you just have to put in a box, boy or girl.
Does he or she look like a boy or a girl?
No,
But
if he's got a
usufakile
PP,
usufaka
it's a
amasingi.
boy. If he's got a vagina, she is a girl.
But they don't determine it by
But
that.
at-
He's saying that they
when you
determine
apply-
it by why or what you
No,
write. That's what he's
because
saying.
now
When you're
they've changed the definition.
when you're applying, there's no administration
your
that is saying
era.
okay,
Oh,
they
you
can-
mean on the form?
Yeah, that's what he's
when
saying.
you're applying to
that's
a school,
what determined it.
when you're applying to a school, let's say you're applying to a boys' school
Yeah.
or to a girls' school,
Yeah.
you don't have to do a naked test to
No,
go
you
to a
don't.
school. So I'm saying,
But you have to declare whether you're a boy or a girl.
why do you have to declare?
Well, it's a boys' school.
You don't
It's
have
in the
to
title
declare.
of the school.
Yeah, well, they say they're a boy.
Yeah, but this is my point now. Now, what we've got here, thank you for saying that,
Sure.
is that we have got adults, okay, thinking reasonable people who are entertaining delusion. Because if my daughter was in a girls' school
Sesa-
and you say to me, ukuthi sekunomfana,
I'm not saying, but I
sekunomfana eklasini lakhe ozoshintsha naye in the bathroom, cha, kuzobe
But
ne-problem.
uthi Leo student identify as
Anandaba, ngithi mina, if
Yeah.
you're going to be near my daughter,
when you are changing.
and other fathers, I think will agree.
And
Now,
in the 4-5,
chairman,
we are in-
Mfana,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
going to be.
yeah.
If I find out that the school allowed a boy into a girls' school because he said he's a girl.
that-
Because let me
that-
tell you, when I was
that-
at school,
yeah.
after swimming, we'd go
Yeah.
to swimming, you know, PE,
Yeah.
PE swimming, summertime. After swimming, we'd go and lift ourselves up on the girls' change room so we could see their palms.
what a perfect.
Right, we were perving hard.
There's
I
a
can
10-year-old.
I can name
10-year-old Warras. 10-year-old Warras.
like this. Like, no, like, yeah, you like 12, 13. You understand? Right? I can even name who had the best everything. And I can name the boys that we'd lift each other up so we could take turns seeing. That's normal behavior by young boys.
Yeah, of course,
right?
of course, yeah.
Now imagine if I could have said, oh wow, here's a loophole. Hey, I'm a girl. Now I go and I change inside with them and I'm looking at bums and titties.
You join water polo that first day.
I mean,
I'm part of the water polo team.
So I don't agree with it, and I think the schools are entertaining a lot.
Are you serious,
My
man? Where
kids
did
are in a
this thing
school.
happen? Where did this thing happen?
This thing is way more common than you guys think around a lot of schools, specifically private schools.
My kids are in a school where there's two that I know of.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
My son
It's
tells
very
me about.
common.
One is in his grade, right? And he decided to go tonight. He's going to be a girl.
When did he
So
decide?
he wears a girl's uniform.
There you go.
I'm getting scared. Like from the time he's joined the school.
Why are you fine with that?
I'm not fine with it.
Okay.
Not fine with it at all. But I have sons. You understand? My life will move that thing if he tries something.
But
The point I'm making is, if I was the dads of the daughters, because
That's
I
what I'm
believe
saying.
that women need to be protected. Yabo mina face.
Why can't those women be protected
let me
from
say
your
this.
son?
Yabo mina, mangse bathroom, ngihamba nani. It's me, you, Penson, and Chairman.
Yeah.
We in a bathroom somewhere, right? And a lady walks in that says, no, she's a guy. I think we'll be fine. We'll be okay. Doesn't matter how big he is. So let's score. I need to find it.
Manje
No, Mara don't in Jesus. Manje is my point. But if my wife, girlfriend, or daughter is in an environment where it's supposed to be girls only for a reason,
I'm hungry.
and you tell me that there's a boy going in there that's going to pee with them,
But if
I'm not
honest,
comfortable with that.
Why
and
are
I
you
don't
not,
think
why
any
are you
father
not
would
protecting that girl that you're speaking about in that school from your sons?
be. What you mean, my sons?
I agree. You say your
No,
children.
my sons are safe. My sons are good boys.
No.
Let me ask a different
There's a
question.
girl
Yeah.
who's identifying as a boy.
But I'm trying to show you.
I hear what you're asking.
There's a
I
girl
mean,
who's
Because you're being
identifying as a
unfair.
No,
not.
Warras is assuming that the boys are stronger, therefore they're fine.
It's not about fighting. It's about
not even
uncomfortability.
stronger. The thing is, I can't change the policies of the school. All I can do is take my child out, which is what I'm doing next year.
Oh yeah, at least yeah. Now I
But
can.
The other one, I didn't even put it to my kids to say, hey, Fusek. My other son said, no, me, I'll stay. Him and his friends laugh about it. They think it's the biggest joke, but he's older. The smaller one is like trouble. There was even a school play where the song they were required to sing is from The Greatest Showman, that movie where they put transgenders in princess dresses and then they all sing. You're welcome to look it up on YouTube. And my nigga came to me and he was like, Daddy, I don't want to sing.
I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, no.
I said, what do you mean? He said, nah, this is the song they want us to sing. I said, ow, Alice, so now? He said, nah. Look on YouTube.
Yeah, no.
Then he shows me, and then I said, oh, okay, now I see. Then he's like, why do they have beards? Why are they men? Now, I don't think it's fair that I have to explain to my 10-year-old that, listen, fuck you, nigga. That's the way it is. Just accept it. No ways. I won't do that.
at a
So
different
I
level.
said to him, fuck them. Don't sing.
On a certain
He
plane.
stood there in the play, and he just went like this.
Nice.
But on a certain plane, don't
Nice.
you think, Uguti, if we go back 30 years ago, Afrikaans fathers,
Democracy. Like what?
Yes.
94, ne?
they were saying, because a lot of them believed from a Christian point that pigs don't mix with cows don't mix with sheep, whatever the case may be.
Well,
and
that's
that's how
just
they
biology.
saw it.
Pigs
No,
and
but
sheep
oh,
wouldn't
sure,
mix.
but they saw it the same in racial spaces. And if you go to some NG kerks, that's what they used to
I don't think we should mix. So you're fine.
No, but I'm saying, Uti, they were saying,
you
Uti,
a racist.
they were saying the same thing.
Yeah, man.
But
I mean, we've already established that Tibbs is racist. I mean,
No,
what is
are we
this?
gonna label the point? Hey, Mina, I'm a chips. I'm bagase. Okay, what the deal? I'm a cheesecake.
Uthathe le shape, the uthathe le shape.
Things are nice.
What deal? I'm a cheesecake. Obvious, we're racist, brother. Now, man, you are shile, man. But you know, these ones I've seen them at cocktail parties. Nah, Tibbs, we're racist, man.
Racist boy.
Before Penson comes in, I want to ask about gays. Do you have issues with your daughters hanging around gays?
No, I don't.
What's the difference? Because they gays, they men, they also will see your daughter's bums in change rooms and sleepover parties.
No. I think the difference here, Pinwell, is
This is for
if
all of you,
my
by the way.
daughter, if my daughter,
This is for all of you, by the way.
yeah, if my daughter has befriended a gay boy, I know that gay boy because you're saying that they're hanging out, right? If I know that gay boy and my daughter knows that gay boy and they bras, at the point at which she is naked in front of him, it's because she's comfortable being naked in front of him. My issue is if you bring in a stranger as in, I know you from class, but you're not my bra. I don't speak to you.
Yeah.
And now you're forcing me to change in front of this individual. Angimaz, he's not my friend. He's not in my friendship circle. My parents don't know him. It's a completely different chat. You understand? I don't think it's fair on everyone else in the school, because now we all have to accept your delusion. And I don't think that's fair at all.
So-
and by the school supporting it, I feel like they've set a precedent where, like you said, it is quite prevalent in a lot of schools in Joburg. I've spoken to multiple parents and multiple kids who say a lot of the kids will defend it because they've also been brainwashed.
But I'm
My
saying-
kids don't defend it because
you-
I told them, listen here, that's fucking nonsense.
You don't have a problem with homosexuality.
I don't have a problem
So you've got
with
lighties
homosexuality.
that are changing for PE, swimming.
Yeah.
And then there's the gays that are busy hovering over, looking at your lighties totolozis.
Yes.
That's fine.
No.
It's not fine.
Mfana, the guy that's in my son's school
Yeah.
is still a male. Who is still a male. He hasn't said, I want to be a female now.
But I'm saying you're still covering your...
But he's still looking at your
But
sons
if he's
as
traveling,
Yabakale.
Yeah.
If he's traveling,
Sure.
I went to school with 1 or 2 guys. I knew they were gay. But nobody said, hey guys, I'm gay. I'm just going to pop all your peepees. That didn't happen. We were all boys in the change room.
Come on now, pop all your
Polling
pippies.
all the babies.
Yes. You see.
Warras, come, let's go change, bro.
Sorry, one
When are you
second,
changing?
guys.
Come, let's go.
Yeah, there was one. No, and you know, there's- like people used to pick on him, man. And I didn't appreciate that people used to pick on him. But I also picked on him. But I didn't like,
Yeah,
someone nasty.
You were
I
popolling.
would tease him. But I knew when we changed him.
But it was also a different time.
Hello, Pops. Vusi is outside.
AMAGENTS.
Alright, love you, ba.
Warras is transphobic.
It's my son's driver.
Are you transphobic?
What is trans?
I'm not transphobic.
I don't
I'm
know
not
what is
scared of trans
transphobic.
people. What I'm saying is, let me give you an example. There's someone whom I'm friends with who swears that he's trans, right? Or she's trans. And I know this person since before transitioning. Right? I'm cool with that.
Sure.
He doesn't act in a way that is weird around me. So, masmonana, like, you understand, if we out and gyapus or whatever, the person is a fucking vibe. But I know the person. I know the person, the human being,
Got you.
gender off the table. Number one, he is an adult.
She.
He, she, they are both adults.
They. Them.
He was an adult when he was a man. He's an adult now that he's decided that he's female. He doesn't make it my problem. All he asks is that I accept him. And I'm like, that's cool.
Sure.
I'm of the opinion that nigga's just gay. Because he says he's a she, but he has a boyfriend. So I was just like, bro, you could have just been gay. Are you king? He hasn't changed much about his appearance.
Yeah.
No, ngithi yena umchita. If he had said to me, Bafo, I'm gay, I would still accept him because out here right. I've got other gay friends,
So,
friends of mine that
umchita
are
no?
gay. Anginankinga
So
nabo.
cheetah no.
Cha, female manje.
Uyi-female.
Usho njalo.
Oh.
Ayikho ayishintshile, like he hasn't changed anything about his outward appearance. Maybe slight details on the way that he
Makeup,
dresses.
maybe.
Makeup was always there.
Okay.
Like I'm saying, it's not like umchita
But
has
if for
changed
5 pieces
himself.
ago.
Angazi angibonanga. But I'm sure it's
What does
he's never.
No, I think if he say identifies this, you must go extreme. Let them go to the side of 4 5 was up on yellow, but you're a female. Oh, that time you know.
No, after
popoli.
he transitions completely.
Whatever.
Seka nembobo lapha ngithi mina what must I do? You understand? Like no. But because ngazi umuntu, like I know the person, I don't have an issue. My biggest issue is if people are under the age of 18, like if you're in grade 9, I don't think it's a call that you can make. I think all you're achieving is you're just making all of your other classmates uncomfortable, and that's fucked up. Your parents need to bring you in line. Need to call you to
This
order.
is now your question,
If my son
Penson.
had to come to me and
It's a
tell me,
white
yo,
school and it's black kids, and now the white kids are uncomfortable. You were making an example of Afrikaners.
Yeah, because and it's 100% there. To go to like, I sometimes have to hold myself back because I'm like we were raised in a certain generation, certain mindset.
Yes.
And if I think about how going to visit certain white or Afrikaans friends, and I could see their parents not accepting of this dynamic.
No, 100%.
because it was foreign to them.
yes.
And I'm asking myself the same question because my kids are also in a privileged space where they are interacting not just with pupils, but there's teachers that are
Transgender.
who are transgender, and they are
There's
saying,
teachers who are transgender.
Chief. So now, how
So
do
now at grade 8
I'm
you want
fine.
female. Grade 9 are male.
Cause
Grade 10 are female. Grade 11 are male.
high school. Because the high school we can.
Matric are transgender.
But cause high school. Because in high school.
After matric, elephant.
Elephant.
You guys are transforming, man.
Trans-animalistic.
We're transforming.
Reception.
Forget high school. Because in high school, the assumption is that our kids are a lot more mature, you know, especially post-puberty. I'm saying, Wuti, our kids are getting, I nearly said a very horrible word, but from grade R, they're already engaging in these spaces. And I know a lot of parents that don't talk about these things.
Kids in privileged spaces. We need to be very specific.
Well, look, I'm talking. No, we can't say Aziko. No, we can't say Aziko. No, we can't say Aziko. We can't say Aziko just because. We can't say Aziko.
When a transgender Tembisa high.
We can't say Aziko. No, we can't say that.
Maputa di Chaba.
We can't say.
The maximum it goes is gay and lesbian.
I got to
transgender.
I got to varsity.
Yo, maximum.
It's very common. It's very common.
What else is this?
No, I'm saying
You?
township
Danko
schools.
is a
Mana,
My name is Case, I'm a trans.
I'm a trans.
You don't have to cover them.
Now, Maukulide. If you are an adult, please, by all means,
Live your best life.
you carry on.
Sure.
Right? Whether you choose to be gay, lesbian, transgender, above.
Sure.
I looked at the Pride Parade that happened a few weeks ago.
Sure.
But look, everyone there looked like they were having the fucking time of their lives.
dope.
Who was there? All people who either support or are part of the Pride flag.
Nice.
But enjoy. I'm glad they were all safe. I'm glad about the mananga. That's what I want. Enjoy.
Got you.
Party. Masek figure whom underage.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not comfortable
Don't
with
confuse,
it.
no?
I don't think it's cool, and I don't think it's cool for parents, teachers, and the schools to entertain this delusion.
So what
of
happens
children.
if there's teachers who are trans?
I think that the school should call them in and say, look here, then this
They're
is not
adults.
the career for you.
But they're adults.
Yeah, the adult, they must go and be adults somewhere else. You can't.
But you literally just said if they're adults, it's okay.
Let me tell you about my teachers at school. Right, some of them, I'm sure
Don't
they
make
were.
it about your-
I'm sure they.
don't make it about
listen, my teachers, I'm sure they were very racist. Some of them.
Yeah.
Right?
Show it.
There were stories that we heard about when blacks joined the school, the attitudes that they had, but they stuck it out, and they became some of my favorite teachers. Right, and there's teachers like that forged who I became as a young man because I looked up to them. They said cool shit about me that I still say today. One of them called me a divergent thinker.
Oh, wow.
And explained to me what she thinks that is. Today, I'm Warras. I'm diverging in thinking, yeah.
We vigid.
Another one said to me, like they would name
Oh, you virgin.
Induwo. They would name the sticks that they would cane us with. We had brandboat. We had the black mamba. You understand what I'm saying? It was like folklore at the school.
Dope.
And then when they would tell you the story of why the thing is called brandboat, you'd leave that story saying, this time I was trying to teach me something. And you'd remember those lessons, which I do till this day.
Sure.
What the fuck is that teacher imparting to my children when you are confused about
But they're
your
there
gender?
to teach, I guess what risky. They're there to
No,
teach.
they are there to teach, but I'm not happy with the person. If you tell me that a teacher is a Satanist, that's a personal choice of a religion you choose to align to. You are there to teach, but I'm not comfortable with the Satanist teaching my children. Doesn't mean I'm all about religious freedom. Can't be a Satanist in Krugersdorp. Sharp. But
Okay.
don't be a Satanist here. Koninganzam. Don't be a transgender here.
Okay.
Like
Remove yourself for half a second. So
Remove yourself.
No, I'm saying you. In a sense of, so transgenders can be accountants, they can be security guards,
Yes, sir.
they just
Can try.
but they can't be teachers.
They can be in any space
Yeah.
where they are with other adults, consenting adults who choose to be around them.
Dope.
Okay.
They cannot be in a space where they are influencing children.
But
For
they-
example,
they're just teaching.
Wait.
They're just
Earlier
teaching.
on,
What is kids to influence
Earlier on, we had a conversation about, do you carry your firearm in gym? You saw me, I came with my gun today. What did I say before me keep?
Yeah. But fair too.
Consent.
I said, is everybody comfortable with firearms?
And one week
Because
guy said no.
I keep a code, and somebody almost had a heart attack.
What?
Not because I was doing. Not because I was doing anything.
There's a clip. I said, the next time I see you, I'm gonna ask you that question. You carried a weapon that was you were excited to purchase it, but it wasn't a concealed carry. It wasn't it was a big weapon.
Yeah.
What weapon was that?
It was a big weapon.
I think you said it was Caesar or Andy, one of these guys.
Oh no! It was the first handgun I bought.
What was that?
7, 8, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I bought a 45. Right. But it was big and it was silver and shiny because I was colored.
Yeah.
So I was thinking in terms of mangi keep, I'm fine.
You don't have to say anything. You don't say
Yeah,
anything.
I wasn't even thinking of taking it out for
Transracial.
self.
Because I was.
Yeah.
Transracial.
Because I was taking it out.
Sure.
I wasn't thinking of taking it out for self-defense. I was thinking of taking it out at funerals. You know where we shoot in
Yeah,
the
of
air.
course, yeah.
Yeah, but
Because you were colored.
He was colored, yes.
What are you now if not colored?
Now, I'm transracial.
Transcolored.
Minor, wait.
I told you there's an eagle. I told you there's an eagle.
Wait.
Sorry.
Finish my point about the gun.
Sorry.
I asked everyone if they're comfortable with me removing the firearm.
One person
Because
said
it being
no.
cube. Yeah, bo? When I removed the firearm, I made sure that it was safe. And I fucking clean. Would you agree that I was responsible with
Very
the firearm?
responsible.
Very, no,
I
very,
always
very,
am.
Extremely.
I will take my firearm into this recording. I take my firearm into the shopping mall. I take my firearm with me to work.
Sure.
When I go to my children's school, I do not enter with my firearm. Because if one of the kids sees it, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not my children. I will not go into the school with the firearm.
So, but how do
For
you know?
the same reason that, because I feel like if I'm around other adults, they understand.
But it's concealed carry.
Yes, it's no, sometimes inokuvela.
I know Puma.
Inokuvela. Yeah.
Yeah, but I make sure when I'm around people, I put in my balls.
I also, when I'm around people and I'm standing up, I don't try to show it to the whole world. The point I'm making is, if, let's say, for example, me and all the other parents who have firearms start walking in the school, that's
you
not
can't
cool.
have it. Yeah,
At
it's
least
clowns.
when you say concealed carry, what am I doing? I'm making an attempt to conceal that I've got a weapon because I'm in front of children. Why are you not making an attempt to conceal that you're a fucking weirdo when you come into the school?
Wow.
You're not even trying.
Wow.
So sick.
Wow. Warras.
Oh,
No.
I'm gonna tell Mama Punu don't conceal the guns
They don't conceal them.
when they get on school campus.
But you know what?
revolvers. They all carry
Can I
revolvers.
tell you about those teachers you mentioned? At least they made an attempt to conceal that they were racist and taught us.
Not all.
They tried.
Not all.
The ones that didn't at my school were
I
fine.
know the racist teachers that just happen to like me.
Well, there we go.
No, but they were still racist. They were outwardly racist. They just
They were
happened to
prepared.
like me.
They were prepared to overlook their racism so they could be cool with
But generally, they still were very much racist.
What is it gonna take for you guys to stop? What is it gonna take for you guys to stop vaping?
With me?
I'm a vapist.
With me,
I can stop. I like it, man.
No, with me, ish.
There's young kids out there in high school level, some at primary school level that are vaping. It's actually becoming a pandemic at schools. Whenever they confiscate, you can see the pictures of vapes and those.
Sorry. You okay?
No, the coaster fell.
Okay, sure.
There's also these nicotine patches that are trending now with kids at school. So for kids out there that look up to you guys and are like, but Penson and Warras vape.
Yeah.
Why do you guys vape? Would you like to stop? What would it take for you guys to stop? And what message would you like to send to
I don't want
other kids that
to look
stop
up to me. I'm a
vaping?
mess. My son asked me one day. He said, "Dad, I need to speak to you." I said, "Sure, nigga. What's the story?" He said, "Nah, I'll speak to you when I see you." I said, "Nah."
Tops.
Okay. We are figure, Ubaf. I said, "What did you want to speak to me about?" He said, "Look, I've given it some considerable thought. I don't want you to be mad. I'm just asking. But I'd like to start vaping." I said, "Why?" He said, you know the story. Everyone at school is doing it.
How old's the lazy?
Doesn't seem that bad." At this stage, he was 15. It's like it doesn't seem that bad. And honestly, like, you know, friends of mine, they're even sharing one vape. You know, one day Debza takes it, one day Penson takes it. Then me and I'll get it on Thursdays. But like, I don't want to tell mommy. I'm just telling you, yabo. When I come to you on weekends, it can be my day, vape. You see, I said, you do understand that vaping is addictive. Number one, I vape because I'm addicted to nicotine. I used to smoke cigarettes. I wish I never started, but I did. Now I vape because I have a lot of stress and this thing gives me the nicotine hit. I don't think you should start at the age that you are because it's a shitty thing to do. And also, you're not that guy. I feel like you only want to do it because your bras are doing it.
Sure.
So, I'm not saying yes, but I'm not saying no. I'm saying I've tried to give you all of the facts associated with advantages and disadvantages of vaping.
Because you're going to do it behind your back.
Because you came to me, Yabong and Tlonip, with the rice style, you can decide if you want to vape. In fact, if you say to me that, no, I want to vape, I will buy you the vape. You can vape me. I'm banana type of thing.
Why did you tell him if he said he...
The guy took that vape.
It seems like a trick question. That.
Yes, he took that vape. And then I said, no, there you go, vape. Then he was like, why tabang? Because he wasn't sure, am I being serious or am I joking?
Sure.
You see. Then I just looked at him to see is he gonna...
Reverse psychology.
Then he was like, okay, I'm not gonna start today. But let me think about it. I said, go think about it, man.
What if he said he wants to identify as a girl?
Huh? I'll tell him, my brother, that's delusion, my son. Don't do that.
When it comes to vaping,
I won't allow it.
I think vaping, alcohol.
You're not allowed to be trans in my house. It's basically go PK there.
Not go PK. I'll just say no, my brother. I don't agree.
For me, vaping, alcohol, sex. Let's chat after 18. I'll guide you. I'll tell you the rights or whatever wrong with vaping or alcohol, whatever the case may be. But for you to come and chat to me, so whoever is this lighty that's watching, and I say, look, I'm not going to entertain the conversation until you are an adult. Because there's a lot of things that I do that is wrong. And I'm happy to engage you and chat to you and what. But I'm not going to now condone you having alcohol. If you're under 18, I'm not going to condone you vaping or having sex.
And
that's just my own moral compass.
That's, you know,
sex is 18 for you.
For me. I'm not saying
sex is 18.
You know, for me. No, I know the kids
I think that's a good age.
So
because,
I know
kids are losing their virginity.
Not to have the conversation.
I don't think that's smart.
I believe in having conversations. I have conversations about alcohol with my kids. Sure. I have conversations about the vaping. I have conversations about everything with my kids. I'm saying, Wuti, for me to say top togozil, for whatever toxicity that you think that you want to do. Now, obviously, these three things I've mentioned is perfectly legal. So I'm saying, Wuti, I'll only have it with you, Wuti, short your life when you are an adult.
You'd prefer for your sons to start having sex at 18?
In my world, I would prefer for them. But I'm making sure, Wuti, I'm giving them the tools.
When do you have the chat with them? How old?
I've been having the chat.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
How old are you, ladies?
They babies, bro. Grade 4, grade 2, grade R.
They like
and then
so,
grade
R, Mchelin.
Yeah, but how they came about, Top. I need to
don't pop all the palms.
Don't pop all the palms. So you try and pitch it at each person's level. You know, so even when we had that hard conversation where we were speaking
use
about
like code words.
No, so we had that hard conversation about the close person in the family that took their life, you know, and you could hear in how the littlest one was talking about how sacrificing life and things like that. We tried our best to pitch it at his age and at his level, whereas the one who's in grade 4 can tell you exactly what was. It's more detailed, and the older they get, I think that's where you can become slightly more graphic as they get more mature and understand. So even when it comes to vape, I tell, because they're little, I say, look, this is poison in your lungs.
Sure.
You know, so if you want to become a professional athlete, the more you put smoke in your lungs, the lower the chances of become. But I say, look, at the end of the day, you guys are not living for me, not living for your mom, you're living for yourselves. So you're going to make those decisions. And if a light is coming to you at age 19 saying he smokes and he drinks,
sorry, you raised a very important question here because a lot of parents are protective. You guys believe in telling kids that someone took their lives, or would you prefer to lie to the kids until further notice?
So with me,
man. Until further notice.
So with me, and again, I'm talking about it from my schooling life, sorry to keep jumping and talking about that. I've always realized that the kids talk. Kids
do. And parents talk as well.
Parents talk in the corridors, they talk in the parking lot.
Teachers talk, everyone gossips around the kids, so they hear things.
All the time. So every time I listen to parents saying, oh, we only want to have the sex talk at 15, whatever the case is, your child has already known the sex dynamic from age 4. Or your child walked in, you nine your partner, ne?
Well.
And they were like 4 and they watched. And when I was now, they shut my back short. What's that? And
what the fuck is that?
And then they walk out, and then they walk out, and they don't say anything. They walk out, and kids see these things, and then Puma when Tuana's on the iPad, just like he knows exactly what was happening. He's seen this 10 times. He just hasn't disturbed it.
You need to start locking your door.
To mama.
I know a guy in grade 8.
Sure,
it's a dark story. I would say to us, I heard my mom have sex and I was masturbating.
Yes, sir.
Then I score more.
That's dark.
I'm like,
that is super dark.
Yo.
Jesus, who's charged?
That is dark.
I'm like, yes, it's crazy. And maybe they are trying to keep quiet in the room, but in room, the child is next door. Like it's just the next door.
Or sometimes you're doing these things. The house is dead quiet.
I'm can hear, man.
But the house is
crazy.
Dead quiet. So
how do you solve something like that?
Even you turning on the bed, they can hear okay, something's happening. Intwana goes to take a leak. He's in the bathroom. He comes out. He's like, no, man.
Just as a tip to parents from me, if you live with children in the house,
have sex in the garage.
Little spare tire, I moved the motor, ubeki mattress back. Umusha the pack shot, ubuthi bhuti.
Umusha gode motor. Chama motor vala umnyango negarage vala umnyango. Let's double. Sound proof.
Listen, if you can have apartheid sex and you don't mind, then by all means have apartheid sex with amapoisa. Apartheid sex is where, anyways, please play music loud.
Yeah.
Rather your kids are like, they're probably doing it because they're playing, but that's all they're hearing.
I've got a very
play
embarrassing
music,
story.
play something that's louder than you guys.
The TV or something.
I've got a very embarrassing story that I'm gonna say when the cameras are switched off about that thing.
Yeah, that thing is dangerous. But anyway, I wanted to ask you guys.
Hey, bro.
Does it involve a garage?
Even if your parents or people are visiting and stuff, rather play music. Rather it be weird. You guys were playing music at 3. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I couldn't sleep. It's much better than hearing sex sounds.
I think that
sex sounds are disgusting.
That thing messed up that kid. Eh?
Other people's sex sounds. The 6 sounds that you make for yourself personally.
No, but I'm saying for your kids, bro. But for your kids.
Garage. I'm not garage.
And your kids will ask you. Your kids will ask you. Go say, hey, are you guys trying to make another baby? And you go, what? What's what?
From a young age, when I tease my kids, I say, because I know that they have the conversations and stuff.
Sure.
So you can't filter everything. Then I'll be like, hey, my man, I can't believe you used to live in my balls.
Yeah.
Then it makes light of it, type of thing.
These kids know it, bro. Because again, the time that you think as a parent always say that Father Christmas doesn't exist or the Easter party, they've known this for 5 years, bro. So I'm trying to be ahead of it. So even with the painful tragedy of someone taking their life that's close to them, I knew if I'm not ahead of it, they're going to hear it from their peers. And however that is delivered, because we know what little kids and how little kids...
Yo, that's a tough chat to have, bro.
You know. Yeah. So you try, and again, just advice for parents is that you try and find an age-appropriate way of saying it. Don't just, even if you're talking about sex, don't talk about sex as if you're talking to your bra. You know, this person is 7, this person is 12, this person is 16, their blood is boiling.
Start a conversation with the child that is 7 so that people can learn.
No, because I'll say something like with the 7-year-old, do you know how you came about?
Okay.
You
say,
know,
I don't know.
Where do you come? No, just do you tell me? How do you think you came about? You know, and that actually tells you where to start the conversation. Because again, they'll say from mom and dad.
Oh, from mommy's tummy.
Yes, from mommy's tummy. Like, oh, how did you get into mommy's tummy?
Okay.
You know, and then again, it's very case specific because some 7-year-olds know exactly how that happened, and some 7-year-olds don't know.
Those who don't know, what do you say? I just need you to educate the people.
So I'll say, for example, with my kids in particular, I did those jokes. You know, I did those jokes with, hey, you guys know that you come from Baba's Totolos. And they go, what? I was like, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Which Totolos?
Yeah, in your Totolos, there's also new babies that are going to come from your Totolos.
but Ning.
There's a lot of babies.
It's a Totolos.
So when you're an adult, when you're an adult, I'm trying to prime them. When you're an adult and you're thinking, there'll be babies that come from your Totolos.
Okay.
And then you plant your little babies in your Totolos in your wife's stomach. And then they grow. And they get bigger and bigger.
Now,
and bigger.
stomach is an inaccuracy in that story.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Age appropriate, and then they'll grow, and then they'll come out of your wife, and then you'll have a child.
What if they say, where do they come out of?
Uba, the 7-year-old. I'll say no, they come out of your mom's privates. I won't say they come out of your mother's quat.
No, well, let's go with privates.
No, because when they're parting, like with their mom, at age 3, age 2, they'll say,
they know.
Where's your Totolos?
Yes,
I'm a
that's
girl.
exactly.
And then the mom will say, I'm a girl, I don't have a Totolos. So they understand, it's okay, mama doesn't have a Totolos, and other moms don't have Totoloses. And you say, you see that private? That's where babies come from.
My babies are totolos, peep. Babiza ngani ke le
45.
You butterfly.
Butterfly.
Yes.
Butterfly.
No, thina sasibiza amanye amagama nje thina sikhula, so those words are some of them are like super vulgar, man.
Oh, okay, cool. I wanted to ask you, I think Chairman has got a lot of questions.
I want to go hit it twice.
Let me ask something quickly.
Okay.
Qadile njalo after 2 drinks ufuna
Bro, I need to smash it twice.
Vai.
Ask a question.
Then
ask the question, then you can think.
No, it's not a serious thing. We've been speaking about Incheza for maybe 3 times now. I want you guys, because I've got a belief about Incheza. I think every household must have a gun. I want to hear your guys' opinion about it. I think the country we're living in now, I think every man, and I just want to speak to men, forget the ladies. I think every household must have cheater that is carrying. And I want to hear your guys' opinion.
Can I challenge both guys to play devil's advocates and try to endorse why there shouldn't be a gun?
They shouldn't.
Both of them specifically.
It's going to be
because
tough,
they carry.
because I think
I'd like them to start there.
There's 5 of us here.
The other question is easy. I'd like them to do the difficult one of why homes shouldn't have guns.
Shouldn't.
Yeah.
Why or wife?
Why homes? Why people shouldn't have guns?
Okay.
Mlotshwa, my neighbor, they go into his house, Izod. So I need to go see him now.
So to answer Chairman's...
So his gate is fully open for the night. So I just need to go check on him now.
Una Inchizo.
Yeah. What's his name personal?
Check ngani mawufika lapha phambili.
Check on.
Imvubu lapha emotweni yazi ngithenga imvubu namhla ayimfana.
No, but that's not check fit, man. Basha gate I can always
So
check.
In terms of the untrained man, and I think this is where it's very, very sensitive with the firearm. It reminds me of the guys that start gym and then babazi koranyana
and bagoma vest.
Bagoma vest bambe behlupha abantu because he's koranyana, and I'm like, bro, like when you say bicep curl doesn't mean now it gives you license to go and
buy a
bully.
vest.
Yeah, buy a vest, one, and then go and bully people that you think you can dominate. So I think to the untrained man and the man who, and when I say untrained, I'm not just saying trained in weaponry, but also mentally. I think
most homes should not have a gun.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You said we must play devil's advocate.
I understand. That's what I'm trying to figure out with what he's saying.
I'm saying, Guti, if you're not trained,
which is most homes,
don't have a gun.
Most homes should not have a gun.
Yes. On the journey that Utevs is asking us on, I'm saying there needs to be, if you're going to drive a car, first practice before you purchase a car. So I don't believe that anyone should just be driving a car. Yeah, I think that's clumsy. You put a lot of people in danger.
Because they need to get from A to B.
You know, because the thing about a weapon, or the thing about Uber ne bicep,
You're not going to hear the answer.
No, but I'm first.
So thing is serious.
We can put a pause and then they can carry on after.
What they want to talk about something else?
Because I think you were asking a personal question.
No, yeah, get serious one. Yeah, no, for sure.
As in, like, you want to know.
Pause.
Yes. No, I want to know. I think many people. No, I've got my own opinion. And
But man, ucheck umakhelwane.
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
Uyomchecka mfethu.
Sure,
Pause. Uchagile.
More pressing pause uzenza kanjani?
I'm going to ask another question.
Okay, sure.
What about this question?
I think I need to hear the answer.
Yeah.
Because I've got an answer already.
Hence the pause.
Yeah, but we're pausing just this question. We're not pausing the world. Just the
You're
question.
going to be gone for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
How
fine.
long?
15.
I'll ask another question.
I need to help him in faith. Man, then you gonna happen.
How many times of it? Sure.
Yeah, but
You ask another question.
Sure. Who trains you guys to be grown men?
Who trains you?
Yeah. Who's currently grooming you guys to be a matimer?
I love this question.
To be ubawa sekaya, to be an elder? Who's training you? Who trained you?
Come, boy.
Now you're calmer.
But I'm
Jesus
15 minutes.
Christ.
But I'm 15 minutes. But I'm in a kumule.
Okay, Warras, let me come on set, bro, and then we'll just chat, me and you.
Oh, Chairperson.
Chairman.
How's the family, bro?
The family is well, my friend. Eish.
No stress.
No stress, no stress. Back on, mfana wami is busy with his maths tutor. A young Jewish girl, graduated with 9 distinctions. She's the math and physics tutor.
That's dope. Is that shout out to you or the old lady?
Shout out to who found her actually? Shout out to the OP, man. The OP founder.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Konava Foot. The other one in Durban is doing well. They're still there. Angazi mhlambe bazobuya next year.
Sure.
Then I'm trying to get the small one into a new school, man. Ish, I need abo Penson, abo alumni.
Would you like more kids?
I would like more kids. I'd like
many more?
six more.
6 more.
Well, 6 because the way I've worked out the math, right? If the next one is hopefully a girl,
Yeah.
then I'd like 2 girls. So I see it's a girl. Olandelayo is a boy. Should Melenkshaye foot be a girl.
So if you get 2 girls coming next, you
I want 2 girls and 2 boys more.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm saying 6 because I'm hoping that in that 6, as over.
How many do you have now?
Sometimes you'll have extra boys or extra girls, but it's fine, they can come.
How many do you have now?
3.
You got 3 kids.
3 boys.
You'd like 6 more.
I'd like 6 more. 6 is a safe number.
You want
Ideally 4, 2 boys, 2 girls.
You want 6 more.
I'm putting 6 as the
More.
number.
So we're putting that as in 9.
As in 9, ngaba right.
Before you came to AMAGENTS and people asking you to come through, there's probably something that you wanted to get off your chest. Maybe. Or did you come here with a blank slate?
I came with a blank slate, but
maybe there's something you want to say. Have you ever watched AMAGENTS? No.
no, I've only seen the clips.
Okay. And you've
There
never
was
watched
actually a question you and I were supposed to tackle.
Me and you, or you and him.
Me and him, but this is the forum, I think. I tweeted the other day, for which I was cancelled.
You got cancelled.
Well, not cancelled,
But they
but
were
like
hating
the
on it.
backlash was
Or
backlashing.
you got trolled. You got dragged, whatever.
I got dragged. I want to be accurate. Nah,
How you
I
playing?
don't want to say this is what I tweeted.
Did Warras answer your question around who's teaching him and guiding him around
No,
masculinity?
not yet. We're going to hit that now. It's
We're
because
gonna
we
hit
left.
that,
I'm going
yeah.
to
Oh,
chuck
howdy,
back
howdy.
into the dungeon and the train there.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, okay, I tweeted that I was fat.
Oh my god.
Here we go. 4 days ago. Got 210 retweets, 118 replies. And
Oh, that's a proper tweet. 118 replies.
I said,
Listen carefully.
Oh, Masuri. You don't want to read it? Must
you
I read
must
it?
read it.
Oh, shit. I
One
saw
thing
this.
about Joburg has too much stock of.
Too much. Hose.
That's right.
Why didn't you say like hose, like HOES? Why didn't you like
One
hose?
thing Joburg has too much stock of. Hose. And then you said
but like, I think what killed is the W. It's a W that threw it off.
Now, this is exactly what people were saying.
Because if you just said HOES, people are like, oh, there's hose everywhere.
I purposely said.
Because you said
W.
hose, not hose.
I purposely said hose. But at the time that I was saying it, I meant whores. I didn't mean hoes.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Where did this tweet come from?
It came from my observation over the weekend. I happened to have like a busy weekend. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I was out at some of the premium events. I went to about 8-9 events over the course of the weekend.
Yes, that's busy.
And what I noticed is that the way that the social scene is structured. Remember, I've been on the social scene for a long time.
Yeah, you said
so when
for-
I
you
tweet
said for
something
4
like that,
decades.
I'm talking from experience because ngi corner.
Sure.
Kunini corner foot. I looked at it and I'm like, what do people go out for on an average night out? We say, hey, as far as your pools.
Last bums.
Right.
Sure.
But the bums that we want to get, think about 10 years ago when you went out. You'd go out with your friends. This applies to ladies too, right? You'd go out with your friends. You guys would get some drinks. Maybe you have a table. Okay? Maybe you're just at the bar getting drinks and occasionally hitting the dance floor coming back.
Sure.
Right? As ladies. A nice guy comes up to you and says, hi ladies, how are you? I'd love to buy you guys a round of drinks. He buys you a round of drinks, ufokasa gwena, and he's like, what's your name? My name is Penson. Sure. All right, nice to meet you, Penson. Look, I'm leaving. We're going somewhere else, but I'd love to have your number. We chat in the week. No problem. Exchange numbers. In the week, that guy takes you out on a date, buys you flowers, romances you, maybe 2-3 dates, then you let him chow. Sure. No problem. He goes on to be your boyfriend. Maybe things don't work out. You go your separate ways. Go right. Is that the way that it is now? No, it's not.
How do you
The
differentiate?
way that it
between
is
a hoe-
now is I have a table, I have lots of bottles, come and chill here, bitches. For the woman who decide, I don't know these niggas, but I'm going to chill with them and I'm going to get drunk with them anyway. And then I'm going to leave with that one because it appears as though he is the most attractive prospect.
Financially
Ngoba
as well.
uyova nge-fucking car, uyohamba ngebhegi yeGucci, nesigqoko yeGucci, neskipa yeGucci, nesicathulo ye-Louis Vuitton. Ngifocus again. Yabo. I identify who I want to chill with based on what they're wearing and how big their table spend is. Right? It's like they planted there. And I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
because
there's
that's
clubs
what's
where- there's clubs
it
where-
means ukuthi wena, you are no longer out because you want to socially interact. Nabangani bakho, have a nice time and just meet a nice guy and possibly see something after.
Yeah.
The same applies for guys.
Sure.
We no longer go out as amachita and we see a group of chicks and they're like, hey, those ones are cute. Let's get them a round of drinks. You meet one, Pen meets one, me, I meet one. Yabo. We talk, ha, ha, ha. Maybe we leave with them, but we leave with them after having bought maybe 2-3 Savannahs each.
Sure.
Why must we leave now after having spent 80,000 rand? Because that's like the signal to say these are the ones I want to leave with. Me as Warras or you as Penson coming there and saying, hey girl, what's up? I'm Penson. Let's talk. Let me get you one drink. Kodlo. Abafuna wena. Bafuna lo.
You're saying that's
understand?
what's happening now.
That is what's happening. It's
Chicks
what
are
it says.
selling bums.
They're not
like
selling
crazy.
bums. The bums are now no longer being bought directly. They're not selling the bum direct.
Sure.
You're not paying me to have sex with me.
Sure.
You understand? You are romancing me through material means.
Sure.
And I am here to see how much material means can you give me before I give you bums. And the vice versa is that the men are choosing not to even chat to these hands because they already take them as buyable.
Sure.
So they're like, hey, wena sfeb, ngamba nge-fucking car, naku utshwala, phuza nabangani bakho, bese siyolala.
Sengibhodle emoyeni.
You can see, you understand what I'm saying? There's stories that you hear where if the Hans even objects at the end of the night to say, hayi, angihambi nani, those ones will say, keep mali yami. Uyiphuzi.
Yeah, but akudliwa imali kudliwa umuntu.
Why the fuck? Now, my question is, what happens to the ordinary 23, 4, 5, 6-year-old that's either still a student, just got a job, he's just out for a good time, he doesn't stand a chance. He can't afford a 50,000 rand table.
I'm saying I want to differentiate between whores and hoes.
Okay.
Because I think the whores are the value exchange.
Right.
Ne? I buy a bottle of Moët, I know you will leave with me.
Right.
So I might as well give you 1.5, 2 tower. And those are the ones that say, Bafuni mavuso tomorrow morning. Ne? Those are the whores.
Those are hoes.
The hoes, I've seen a lot of hoes that are working women. Like as in they work a 9 to 5, they just stressed, they single, they're going whatever, and they just want to get dick or they just want to have a good time. And if you have game, and you have energy because she can afford to buy herself shit.
Yeah.
Then you might win her that night.
100%. But I'm not talking about those ones.
No, but when you were talking about,
I'm talking about those ones.
No, when you're
The
talking, you were
transactional
talking about the woman that you go and date, because there's many category of these women.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
because there's whores, there's hoes, and then there's women who
Whore
are
bags.
who
Oh.
are actually at the club to dance. And if when I'm winning number, and they still expect the dates and the walks
Yes,
and the hikes.
yes. Bakhona, yeah.
Bakhona, labaning futhi.
Yeah.
So give me, I say to the 23-year-old, the moment you identify the whore as an uzongithengelani in exchange for duck.
Yeah.
But the hoes are tough, bro.
What's bugging you, Warras?
No, I'm listening
So
to
you,
Ken.
no, I hear you, but you tweeted that thing, so clearly something's bugging you.
There's
I was
something
just
spotted.
observing it, man. And
Yeah,
I
but
was
what's
thinking
bugging
to
you?
myself, no, this is fucked up.
Why?
Because, bro, like, you know, like you walk in the place and you look at the scene and you're like, okay, cool, I see what's going on here.
Hoes don't
And then
go
you
to
don't
the young
expect
guys,
it to
though.
be happening at the next place and the next place. And
But-
and it's just like it's happening at all the places. It's
But
almost
I
like the
believe-
entire setup has changed. And I'm like, what the
No,
fuck?
I think there's always been whores. It's just that now you're at a certain level, and now those women have identified you, the whores, and they just come for you.
No, they don't come from. Remember, I don't have the table with the bottles.
Okay.
Mina, ngisasela with the hose. Mina, maybe I can
So-
romance them. I've got game. They see me. I'm
Yeah,
famous.
because
I don't have to pay.
yabona umshange Long Island
Yeah,
eyi-1
yabo.
yabona ubhalansile yabona
Yimloyo.
mawuwina namhlanje uwinile mangawinanga it's also
I'm
okay.
winner. I'm Tampuzo
Yeah,
next time.
yeah,
So you
sure,
want to
sure.
see me again.
Yabona.
Here, there's just this transactional
What's bugging
crowd,
you?
man. I think it's bad for the game. I think it's really bad for the game. I think that if that's the way that nightlife is becoming, I think like for those that are following us, the Gen Alphas, when it's time for them to go out. Because the other thing is, the men on the tables are old.
Sure.
Right, these are Bakuli and Fan. These are big dudes, 30s, 40s, 50s.
Sure.
And the hands are not.
21.
There's no 30-something-year-old woman.
No, they're not.
You see, there's only 25, maybe
below.
maximum 30.
Are you
But
saying
I'm talking 21, 22-year-olds that are at these 7. I'm just like, yo.
Are you saying
if
someone
that's
must
what you're
intervene?
chasing at 22, what are you? By the time you're 25 and you've been run through,
Yeah,
this
you've been
person
run
is
through.
expected to what? To
Yeah, because you get drunk,
marry.
you get smashed on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday.
That's not good. I don't think that's good
4
for the
different
psyche.
kickers.
Are you saying someone must intervene?
No, I'm saying I think we should speak about it because it's not cool. And I don't think anyone is really speaking about it from
Who do you
that
wanna speak
perspective.
to?
I
Who
don't
are you
know.
speaking
Who the
to?
fuck do you speak to about something like
Mina-
that? I want to speak to
Mina-
you guys.
no,
We're
Mina-
having
Mina-
the conversation
Mina,
here.
I've got a huge problem.
Also,
because-
we're testing it out because, like I said, when I said that, dog,
Sure.
yeah, the whores were angry. They were like, shut the fuck up. Aren't you too old to be tweeting this? Meow, meow. And I was like, well, the whores are clearly offended.
Jeez.
Anyway, to the reasonable people who understand what I'm saying, this is a problem. It's not good for the
there's
game.
so many good women that read your tweet and said 100%. They didn't
Plenty.
respond. They didn't respond, but they said, and they might have liked.
Some who responded, that
It's
were
not
like,
done.
yo, Tina, when we go out, it's Mlotshwa loku. Me and my friends are just trying to go out and have a good time. Kanti, gwele boy.
I'm
I'm a whole bag.
It's a bit.
So there's a market for everything. And the question is, are you just worried about the influence on other people? Because clearly, I mean, there's a docu-series that just came out, and shout out to Zibuyile that you went to primary school with, because she invited me to the viewing at Multi-Choice, Slay Queens.
I've seen the clips.
It premiered today,
Yeah.
or the day that we were filming.
But from the clips, that thing's just straight prostitution. It's not even. I don't know.
So
why
you
they
must
call it.
watch the thing, but in watching it, part of the concern is the influence on like young girls, impressionable girls, that this is how it's done. And you're like, no, this is not how it's done. And then for young boys, they're like, oh, no, I can't go out. I don't have money. And you're like, but that's not what going out was meant to be for.
No, it's not. It's
So is
supposed
that-
to be social.
Are we meant to be educating ordinary people to be like, no, I don't know, maybe change girls' outfits. If you're there for a good time, don't dress like this. For Amachita, if you're there and you don't have money for bottles,
Robot party. If you're
Something
wearing
like that,
red,
sure.
red, you stop.
I don't know,
Green,
man. Like
let's go.
maybe a dress code. Maybe for people to know there's a dress code.
Yeah.
If you dress like this,
Look, they are. Can I tell you?
If
You
I'm
know-
wearing this, no,
Yeah.
I don't have money, so don't even.
There was a couple of
Unashame
people
again.
in the comments that also made it like a racial thing. They were like, yeah, why don't you ever say anything about whites? And I was like,
where
I
did I
never
say
put a
anything
race
about
in
black?
the tweet. But I won't lie, the way that the whites
But you don't
hoes
see
do
that.
it,
But
it's
you don't
very
see that.
clandestine.
But you don't see it in white communities as well.
No, you don't.
Penson,
Not if you go to a white party.
we dope a lot in white spaces.
Yes.
And it's not the same.
And the
as
Hans
in us.
drink what we're drinking.
Sure.
If we and you are drinking brandy and coke,
They
they're
drink
drinking
brandy
brandy and coke.
Must put some Heineken. They drink
Aye,
Heineken.
baphuza Heineken.
Nothing hard.
There's nothing of with white hands where you like, okay, I'll think I'm a
I'm really concerned with Intwana that are coming up. Because I speak to a lot of these young guys and they say, we don't know what the hell to do. It almost comes across like our generation, when we were in our 20s, Amakhutman would take all our girls. Now it seems as if like now that we might have an extra 100 rand and we in that space, like now it's just from Kokiskweli.
Now we're taking their girls.
Now we're taking their girls, but now we're going west because now there's also social media as well. Because back in the day, my big shang is thin, you don't sit on social media like that. You know, no one is saying, hey, Warras, isn't this your chick with the khutman ban? You know, so even the shame, the embarrassment was very much here. But now it's everyone sees it.
Should clubs maybe brand themselves so that people know if I'm going to this club, then this is what's going on? And then, because what will generally happen is clubs maybe will start struggling because chicks won't go because they get harassed by niggas with money, and young dudes don't go because they're like, I don't win here. And there's
Bro,
just
I feel
fucking
like the
prostitutes.
game is actually just so comfortable with the way that it is because it's easy. If I've got, I always say this, right? If I've got a tender from a certain hospital and I've got fucking 300 bars in my account, it's nothing for me to go out to the club and spend 300k.
It's nothing.
It's nothing. It's like if I had to go to the club now and spend 10 rand. You understand? That's
That money is
nothing.
invested. You're just chowing dividends. Interest.
Smashing, right?
Yeah,
But
charging
for the
1%.
hand that's watching me make that impression, she's like, yes, sis, 300. Engangithengela ini.
Yo.
Now you are drawn to the shiny things. You're
You
drawn
work
to
at
the
the church.
material
What are you
stuff,
doing?
The church.
Warras will show you the tweet just now. Please show him the tweet
right?
while you're chatting.
Yes. Now I'm asking myself, as the Han, I'm saying to myself, I need this. Look at what this guy can get me. Because I think, in this attention economy that we live in, there's also pressure now, yabo. Ukuthi mina, the way that I show up and the way that I want to appear to my peers, meleng baboni suguti mina. Pete.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Top dog.
So now you've got that as a general way of thinking. So the whores are not going to change. You understand? They'll keep coming as long as the men keep buying.
That's correct.
So that's why I say everyone is just so comfortable with the status quo. The club doesn't mind because the club is making money off the fact that you are going to come and spend money on alcohol that you yourself are not going to drink. The whores are going to drink it.
Jobe ke na le di febe mona wa di febe
You
na le
see.
di chacha
Is it just an awareness thing? Because like I said, I
It's
think
like
part,
an awareness thing because
part of the solution is
there's
dress
a lot
code.
of innocent guys that come there not knowing. I mean, I saw like this TikTok where this guy he's sweating, he's trying to pay the bill and the card is declining, right? And like his friends are like, boy, just pay, you know what I mean? And people are like, when you know that you fucked up type of thing, Yeah, now he's swiping for fucking champagne and Moët and whatever that's on the bill.
Sure.
But you can see the way he's sweating, he's like, damn,
ufunani da
these bitches
you
used
feel
me.
sorry for that guy
No, I don't feel sorry for him. I'm
you're
saying that guy is a unwilling participant. Some of them are finessing these niggas and they're taking their money for the alcohol or for whatever and they're ducking.
Sure.
Others know very well what they're doing and they are targeting these niggas. And these niggas are comfortable being targeted because gune 300 mil bank. So mina, why would I want to put in an effort? Kulula Muslim.
But some
Let me
don't.
buy
But
you-
some don't have that, and they get finessed. And then what's
and
currently
they're spending
happening?
their salary.
So what's currently happening in today's dark, toxic world of Uma GPV feminists is that because manje you got finessed, ne?
as umchita
As umchita. If it's Konosis, if it's good what they do, they practice this.
before
Every
we
day.
buy le share le mbele umuzi ukuthi fet mina na ufanda kusahlabana yes or
Sure,
no
good.
if she says no
Yes, she'll say yes. I'm saying with this woman that they chimile here.
Yeah.
So they know what to say, and then they know when to say, I'm going to the bathroom, dark and fine.
Let me say something here. So Kaushik Karan is a finance tweleb. He's pretty dope. And one of the campaigns that he's
Faulty,
pushing
but
hard
yes,
now.
sis.
He's
Faulty.
faulty. In what way?
Like where jail is faulty.
Oh yeah, okay. So he's on a campaign currently to just expose the rot of
Online gambling.
And
Yeah,
the
I've seen
addiction.
it.
And
Let me say, he's very good at what he does.
very good at what he does.
Excellent.
So in all the things he's posting, initially I started by supporting him. Yeah, we've got a pandemic. It's some of these guys that are bankrolling politicians. And then at some point I was like, but we're speaking about grown-ups here, 18-year-old. And what's becoming abundantly clear
Yes.
is people are children and they need to be parented. So in a situation like what you guys are speaking about now, it's almost, because you guys have got hard views, you almost need to tell kids, because I'll tell you, our audience listens and they actually adjust. People come up to us and like, bro, ever since you guys said this, I changed that. So it's almost if we tell them stop clubbing, if we tell them ask a chick if you're gonna have sex with me or not, if we tell them they will do it. And I think it's for you guys to be amakrot manang empel and say, from where we were when we were younger, this was the game. This is what we're seeing now. And because you guys are young, please be aware and be wary of this.
Let's go extreme.
And move in this way.
Let's go extreme, Mlotshwa. In our era, and I think one of my mentors' era, he's 45 now. I think Warras is 45 now. Warras. 49. And this might not sound great. We lived in an era where a no was not fully a no.
We come from that space.
Yeah, we come from that space. The no had a no man, try harder.
Good girls would play hard to get.
Yes,
good
hard
girls.
to get. Thank you. That's the word. Yeah, hard to get. You know, it was like no man, try hard and don't man. You know, you want
No,
no, I don't like it. More push, more press, more. We are melt. We are melt. From what you're speaking about now is that we grew up in that space, and I think before us, that space was even more prevalent. You know. Where it was like, in fact, zamanyana until you get what you want. Right now, no man, every single man must ask, in fact, Mina, as I'm buying these things, I'm a estropez. Mina, ngifuna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sisi, is it a yes or no?
But she's
If
allowed to
it's a-
say yes, and she's allowed to take it away.
Yes, but I'm saying right now you might just find out. Even if she says it's a yes, she changes her mind. It's
Or it's a
fine.
maybe.
Yeah, whatever it is. But we didn't have to go through that first phase.
Sure.
Tina, it was like, mfethu uyazi
I know what time it is.
It's men of storm.
Because courting was a thing. A woman was like, but I can't just give it to you in jail.
Sure.
Do not play the game. Ask him. Because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
But they also don't play the game because they know ukuthi masengithengile ngiyayithola. It's assumed. And then as you said, when it's a no or even a tentative maybe, you have videos like, you know that fucking car video? Get out of my
Actually,
fucking car.
resurfaced again.
Yeah, it resurfaced recently and I was looking
I shot
at
an
it,
episode with that chick. Yeah,
the one of fucking car.
get her my fucking car.
What happened? Because people in the comments were saying shit like, she probably revoked the yes. And that nigga was like, yeah, okay, no problem. Boom.
Sure.
Where she was like, I want to go home. And they were like, aye, siyolala manje. And she was like, I angiyeki kuyolala mina.
It's a hard one, man. It's such a hard one because the power dynamics have shifted so much. As Utebs was saying, Uti, before we kind of knew, Uti, if you leave with me, after having done the dance, can I get you a drink? No, it's fine. I don't want a drink. Okay, no, sharp. What's your name? You know, once you got the yes in the sense of, okay, gay, buy me a drink. Okay, gay, let's have the chat. And then you spend the whole fucking night to a point where she says, okay, sharp, she's leaving.
It's done then.
I no.
So it got to a point where I think with us, all those years ago, it was, if she leaves, then it was assumed that top was, very seldom she wouldn't give you bumps.
And it was very seldom, man. I think people don't understand that.
Yeah, but like now...
And rejection was rare.
No, but like it was a different time as well.
Yeah, so you knew from the talking phase if you're going to get
because Aussies back then would give you a hot no.
Yeah.
Like now it feels as if the sisters are so desperate for alcohol, they're willing to entertain bullshit. Whereas back in the day...
That's the thing, they're not there for the alcohol. They're there for the status. That's the thing that people think they're there just to pooze a car. They're there to drink this bottle of champagne.
Because there was a time
5,000. Then I want to post the champagne.
There was a time where girls would say no to a drink.
Yes.
No. Yeah. Because it's like, I don't want to chat to you, Penson. So no, I don't want to drink. Now it's like, I don't want to chat to you, Penson, but I want your resources.
Exactly.
The reason I keep asking is because I don't know this life at all.
Yeah,
but
I've never gone out. I've never taken a girl home. I've never bought a girl drinks.
Now, I've gone out a lot. I've taken many girls home.
Hey,
I've
what a
never
fucking
purchased
trooper.
the champagne in my life.
What a fucking soldier. Soldier, I've taken many girls home. Come on.
I have. You gotta keep it real, otherwise the kids will think we're lying.
Can we go to my question before Tebs?
Okay.
No, you didn't answer my question before I left.
Yes, we're gonna go to yours after.
No.
Who's training you guys to be at my time? I think it's a very important question for me personally. And if there isn't someone, then maybe that's a chat we need to have.
I think
for me, I can't. There's no one left alive that's training me. But you know. So like my grandfather was my dad.
Sure.
And I remember all the lessons that I learned, and I try to implement as many of them as I can. And I try to live in a way that he taught me. However, you also learn a lot as you go along. It's like we were talking earlier. My son will come to me and say, yo,
This is the
let's
situation.
have a chat. I want to start vaping. What I appreciate is somehow what I've managed to achieve with the guys, especially the eldest one, because he's at an age where he's asking more questions and he's more vocal. What I've managed to achieve is before that guy does anything, he comes to me.
Runs it past you.
As far as I know. There's nothing that's come up where it's like, oh, this guy's doing this. And then you have to be shocked. Yo, the man is vaping at school and he was caught. Aye, that doesn't happen. You understand? The girlfriend, he said, check here, I have a girlfriend now. I'm thinking of taking her on a date. What are you saying? And I said, well, I think you should take her. Yeah, go watch movie. You know, I advise at least. So he's coming to me to ask me my advice on topics as he grows up. So I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job. Not a perfect one, but a pretty good job so far. And I take the lessons that I learned in my upbringing.
Your grandfather is your North Star. Your
My
guiding star.
grandfather, right? Then what I'll say is I've got many uncles and father figures around me. Even a Makrutman that I've met through business or through being famous, where they are good men. You understand what I'm saying? They're good men. And I watch how they move and I watch how they operate.
Sure.
And
You don't ask, you just watch.
Nah, I just watch. I don't ask. There's no one, like I can't remember when's the last time I went to like a Grootman. It was probably Ubab Begi. There's another time Ubab Begi. It was like, he was actually my neighbor. And he was just like a timer. He was like you know when someone's just got like father energy. And he was my neighbor and we used to greet each other. And I knew his son from Durban. And one day I was just going through it, man, because baby mama was baby mamaing, and this baby mama concept now was a new thing to me at the time. I used to be very reactive when the baby mamas would perform. Now I don't give a fuck. I just say, shut up.
That's what, by the way, that's when a lot of niggas actually go for advice.
Yeah.
If it's not marriage, getting married,
Hey, my man,
it's
those
normally
ones,
when they're
they'll drive
struggling
you
with the
mad,
baby
eh?
mama.
They drive you fucking
So the challenges that came
insane.
around that, yeah.
Yes, where you like, what the fuck is wrong with this person? You know what I mean? And then you don't know how to deal with it because you can only shout. Obviously, I'm not a GBV. And even these GBV cats, I always think to myself, but when you're beating this woman, like, did it work?
Yeah. You didn't get your shit, yeah.
Like, because you've done this multiple times, you are just abusive. Because you're obviously not getting the result from talking. And when we run out of words as men, we start fighting.
Yes.
But at least minamang shaya. I can say masengamba lapan gutya utelile satan.
By the
But
way,
you
it
can
works.
come back
It works.
with a gun.
By the way, it works. It works.
It works between men. But I don't
No,
believe...
even with women.
no, there's some
No,
women
I
that
don't think so.
Where you still get that now you get access to your child as an example.
No. Sorry.
I don't think
I
it
just
works.
wanted to speak on this. If we're keeping it like for real,
Yeah, sure.
a lot of gents, like most of us in life, they talk, they scream, they threaten. The woman comes home at 3 xn. Amachita fuck his back, and then she doesn't do it again. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's right. It's obviously very wrong. I'm just saying a lot of guys who hit they will never say it, especially on a platform, because they'll get cancelled.
Yeah.
But the reality is the reason they used to hit, the reason they still hit,
Got you.
is because they've seen results.
But this is the thing. I don't believe you should rule any other person, even your children, with fear. You understand? I last hit my son when that nigga was about 7 or 8. It was probably the second time that he got 2 hidings his whole life.
I mean, it's still like sliding.
No, but I don't need to hit him.
Because he's a good kid.
He's a good kid.
Yeah. If he was a bad kid,
If he was a bad kid, I would hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's basically how it goes.
But that's my child. I have dominion over my children. I don't think that we can be hitting women, especially in this fucking place. Right?
No, we can all agree in this room. I'm explaining that other niggas that do it, that will never ever speak on a platform.
The reason I said that is to say that if you've got a rule, your woman is coming home at 3. There's the problem, my friend. Look at yourself in the mirror and say,
you are the problem.
Yeah. You need to ask yourself,
when you just charge, come back at 8.
do I have a hoe or do I have a hoe back?
Dango.
3 a.m.
Yeah, it's easy for you guys to say this, but it's
No,
fine.
I'm not sure. That woman that comes back
Why
home
you
at
saying
3.
no? Why you saying
I'm
no?
saying the person that comes back home at 3.
It was a work function. It was a work function. She's never drank before.
No, never. That person.
Why are you saying no?
No, that thing is
Then you
rare.
can't
What you're
hit
speaking
her, dude.
about, man.
I thought you
what
said-
you're
No,
speaking
it's not
about.
me, gents. I don't understand. All of us in the room agree. But
Yes.
now we mustn't sit here unless if we want to lie on a podcast.
I'm saying
We mustn't sit here and
you
pretend like
married a
James don't
hoe
do
that
it.
comes back at 3
She's
when
not
they
a
were
hoe, bro.
girlfriend.
No,
Even now
but
as
she's
a
not a
wife,
hoe.
they come
Are you
back at 3
connected,
a.m.
No, but you're missing what
What's
you
wrong with
said.
this child?
But you're missing what you said.
Okay, then let's lie to each other. It's fine.
I think Tez has missed.
He's choosing to miss me.
I'm not. I'm saying
He's not saying it's an always, every Friday, every Saturday.
Yeah, that's what you got. I didn't got.
But that's what he's saying.
He used an example of Intona I shout out too. And I said if Intona carried on being problematic, it is shy.
No.
But then
I mean, when they marry, they commit.
Here's what I'm saying to you. This is what I got from your conversation. Mlotshwa got a different thing. You know what I assumed was that you married a woman that has been coming home on 3. Even when she was still a girlfriend, ubi on 3.
I think you should have never married.
Ubi on 3.
I didn't say that.
But I'm saying that's what I assumed. That's what he also assumed something else.
Okay. I assumed somewhere in the middle.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We all assume different things from what you said.
Repeated coming home at 3, where you try to talk, you've exhausted. Because remember, we started by
We
saying
speak about
you've
talking,
exhausted
we are
speaking.
theater, we are threatening.
Yeah.
Manje, we are shy.
Pinda buya ngo 3.
That means he's charged and charged. That's what. When you lead to hitting the person, they've been doing it for a long time.
You're speaking for yourself. Which is why in this room, all of us agree hitting a woman is wrong.
Be very specific about what you say.
I'm explaining.
Has she been doing that for a long time?
I'm
Yes or
explaining.
no?
You don't believe in depression, as an example. I'll tell you why other niggas get depressed. When you're like, no, you're speaking for yourself. I'm explaining there are niggas that hit women.
Yes.
They will never say it on a platform.
Yes.
When you ask them in private,
Yes.
they will explain exactly what say. This is a good woman.
Yeah.
Kodwa sometimes don't know.
Yeah.
So ngamkhuza ngamchethe say, yekela lento yakho yokuvape. No baby, I won't do it again. Ngamfica camera in face a vape. Ngamdedela ngempama.
Okay.
And you're like, yes, sis, that's wrong. Okay. Ever since then, I vape.
Given context. Okay, cool. I hear you.
But on the context that you said she was at a work function, she's never done this before. She comes home at 3. My brother, I will fetch her at 3. This is a person, this is not her behavior.
You're also speaking for yourself.
I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to other gents, don't treat someone that you know isn't like this. Ngati, she's the biggest whore on the planet. No, don't do that. You understand? I don't believe that that's...
I mean, I tried that with my daughter. I don't want to mow.
I'm saying, I hear what you're saying. And Utebs was saying about a recurring thing all the time. Warras was talking about something that happens once off. But there is something where it happens on occasion.
Sure.
And that's what I took from that. A person that it happens on occasion, you've had the conversation. You've had the...
Yeah, now you've done the shouting, you've done the talking.
You've done the talking, you've done the shouting.
Threatening.
And then
Escalation, yeah.
What Uno is saying is that for those people who have laid a hand on Usisibetu, then Usisi actually then stops. Then he's like, well,
this
is
works.
the solution.
This works.
Well, he says to himself.
I know many women who believe in that.
There's women who believe in that.
So every second man figure late, By the time you July, it's only Leon Pamaleo,
they're right.
and then the rest of the year.
In 2025, I have met women who still believe, like you said about playing hard to get, that if ubaba gang tetisi, if ubaba gang shy, kushuta gang tani.
I spoke to a lady yesterday, man.
Yes,
that
yes.
thing is normal, man.
I've spoken to many
Alright,
women.
do those women exist?
Can I tell you, I've spoken to guys, right? Where, have you ever watched somebody's wife or girlfriend and how they move, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you think to yourself, I would never allow this nonsense. It's those ones that say, no, when she gets drunk, she
So when
doesn't
she gets
know how
drunk,
to behave.
Yeah, she gets like this.
So,
You transgender,
she
don't
gets
you?
like this. So,
Don't cheat the transgen.
Yeah, I feel
the
so
fight
bad.
that they have is that one to say, when you are no longer allowed to drink. Draw a hard line in the sand.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to drink because
Yo,
when you
don't
get
you
drunk, usula, right? Now my thing is, I've always had an issue with that because I'm like, my person when they get drunk, they can get drunk, they can vomit, they can fall over, and then they can stop drinking of their own accord because it's a simple thing of this one is not for you. Yabo, you don't handle alcohol well. But I feel like if you get drunk and then usuya lahla, yabo when
Ukulahla, explain.
ukulahla like usu
Bayakushela, you agree.
you become promiscuous, suggestive behavior.
Sure.
Taking photos, taking shots at the bar.
But what Upen is saying is that
Now
imagine
it's a movie script, bro.
Chairman, once you've committed to that lady, let's say for the first year, 2 years, she didn't do that.
Yeah.
Ne? For whatever reason. And then all of a sudden, you work, and then she now goes back to her default that she wasn't for 2 years. Excuse me, her friends have now moved to Joburg that she grew up with back home. Then that comes. Now you love her. So you're no longer at that point where you're saying, this woman is not for me. You've committed.
Yeah, but then I'm going to have the conversation with her to say, that first year and a half, things were great. You were happy, I was happy.
Sure.
Now, sure.
Sure.
If that's how you were before you met me,
Sure.
and if you buya girl, but me, because I don't believe you should ever settle.
The challenge is once you've committed, and she says, no, it's just whenever I'm with my friends on that odd occasion.
No, my
Once
brother,
every
you
few
need to put your
months.
foot down. If she says, I'm going to do what I'm
How do
doing,
you put your foot down?
Okay.
you put your foot down by leaving.
By leaving,
Yeah.
walking away.
I would walk away. I'm not going to stay with somebody that's behavior I don't agree with.
Okay.
That's not going to happen because all it's going to cause is I'm going to use my words. I'm going to start shouting. When I'm done shouting, I'm going to make threats. When I'm done making threats,
You speak about Ubapegi.
So I'd rather say,
Ubapegi.
yeah.
Because the question was around who's training you guys, who's grooming you guys as fathers and as older men.
Yes, Ubapegi. When I went to him, I said, man, this is the situation. This person's fucking driving me mad. Now she doesn't want me to see my kids. She's ignoring me. And angenzanga luto, whatever the situation was. And Ubapegi was the first person to advise me to say, stop being reactive for all these things. What you do is, they do something or they say something. What do? You react. You start going mad here. You start messaging 100 messages. You phoning, you swearing. You want to fight. He said, try this. If that person says, this is what we're doing now, both of them, Uguti, I'm going to do this with our child and you can fuck off type of thing. He said, don't even entertain it. Just say, that's fine.
These things you only learn through the fire.
I never even thought of doing
kids.
that. I thought, no, I have to do something because
But how do you manage a person?
how can she ignore me? I want to see my kids.
But how do you manage a person that's so...
It's not easy.
As I want to go there, because if there's one thing that I've learned from my brothers that so there's people that are stronger and are able to carry more pressure and stress than you can. So if Ubapegi's advice came to you 3 years earlier,
Sure.
would you have taken it? When you're still in that militant, fuck that, I need to
Before
see
you
my...
became a father.
Before I became a father, probably not before I became a father.
Because I think, you know that line, Guti, when the students are ready, the master will come. Ne? And I'm saying 3 years earlier. Because we give advice to younger kids.
Yeah,
And we'll
well-
say to younger kids, hey, just tell the girl, if I buy a drink and we have sex.
Yeah, Umfana was small, man. That was the lighty was about 3, 2 even. It was when he was a baby, though.
Yeah, but 3, if that was,
and it's
if Uber Pig came and the lighty was 6 months.
Yeah, and also shout out to my baby mom. I'm not talking
No,
shit
no,
about-
no, no.
I
Yeah,
love her
no,
now.
no, no, yeah,
She
yeah.
was also at a stage
No,
where
yes.
that's how she felt.
There was
She
also
needs
just
to
that-
deal.
it's that friction.
Where it's like,
It's that-
I'll show
yeah,
you.
yeah,
You
yeah.
understand? A lot of
Because
the
it's
time,
also pain from-
women, yes,
it's
your
painful,
first child,
yeah.
you now realize that if I want to get to this nigga, I weaponize this one.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand? She also is no longer like that. Both
Yeah.
of them, we get along like a house on fire.
Yeah.
But in those early stages, I was also trying to figure out ukuthi ngidila naye kanjani. But Ubabheki was the first one who came. Everyone that I'd spoken to or that knew of the situation came from a perspective of how can she do that? You must
Yes.
do something.
This is your child.
Huh?
This is your child.
Yeah, this is your child.
Hey, so
What do
now
you
we are
mean?
pompega.
Yeah, now you're like, yeah, fuck.
Fuck that.
Because what the fuck is
And
this?
you're smart. You're a smart guy.
Burning the
You can't be
I'm a smart
outmaneuvered
guy.
by another human.
And I was boost famous at that stage.
Come
already.
on.
So now I couldn't even be seen.
I'm burning the house down.
That's what you see. Now I'm like, because honestly speaking, in the time that she was doing it, and not all baby mamas and everyone's situation is the same. In the time that she was doing it, she was just doing it to get to me.
Yes.
The child was fine. He was safe. He was sleeping. He was sucking titty. He was operating. Mina, I was the one that
She was trying to cause you pain, yeah.
Trying to cause
And she
me
knew
pain.
that was your Achilles
The
heel.
nigga was fine.
Look, at the same time, again, and I love the fact that you said, Uguti, it was just that phase.
Speak of the devil.
Ah, yeah.
Except, remember that time your mother was performing? Hello, my dear. Hello?
Warras akaphume lana man.
Laka.
You right now. Are you gonna pick me up?
Yes, I'm going to pick you up, my son. What time do you finish then? 9:30, 10. Okay, is there girls there? Which ones?
Mentioning names. No names, no names.
Okay. Is there any new cherries there?
Ah,
that you
Warras
want?
akacisha phone.
Cishe phone.
Cisha phone.
Must click their
You turn him down.
Okay. I love you. I'll see you later. I'm still recording. I'm just talking shit. Okay, everybody.
One of the most difficult pieces of advice to give a young boy, especially those of us who grew up equal to women, is telling a boy to back down and be the bigger person. Because for many of us, I'll speak for myself, I watched a lot of timers die inside because of this thing of let it go. And I was like, okay, I think the reason you guys don't see your kids, you're being called a deadbeat, is because you keep quiet. I'm not. I'm gonna speak up. And then the speak up becomes the emotions. And once a woman, generally women, this is what they do, because women don't hit physically like I'm a cheat.
Yeah.
Women go for your weaker spot. If you love your car, that's
go for it.
what they're gonna smash. If you love your mom, that's what they're gonna swear at you at. If they know your child is your thing, they can swear at anything. You got a small dick, and I wish I could have fucked
Yeah.
your friends.
But if that
and you
doesn't
just
matter-
laugh. But if that doesn't work, they escalate.
Hey, they'll go
And
fuck your friend.
They, oh, yeah.
But if that doesn't matter, then it doesn't matter.
What?
No, but what's Ulunga saying is that
yes, and
they'll they will find your weakest.
Weakest,
Yeah.
that they can cause you pain. And I'm just saying, Leah Warras is difficult. And this is where, again, training. Because Amanyama Timer, as an example to what happened with Ubabheki, Amanyama Timer would just tell you, I caught Renga, no, ibona mhlapi maisina 10. And there's a chance I'm like, fuck that.
How do I manage that?
I've never do. But he's coming from, and look, we need to have these conversations because Ubabheki could have been wrong.
Sure.
In another context.
But
you
what
want to
you
get
said,
different
the
pieces of
master.
advice.
Yes,
So,
but at the time that Bugbegi said that,
it's
that's
you
what I needed to
That's
hear.
what you
At
needed.
that time.
because
You were ready for
3
the
years
advice.
earlier, as you know, I've built quite a reputation. I was also that guy. Yabo mina mfana. I don't let stuff go.
I'm
Jela.
petty.
I'm
I'm once, boy.
Because
I'm petty.
another thing that you must
no.
never be driven by. Yabo. I even tattooed that shit on my neck. I said full sack because people in
but
life
it's
will
full
take you
sack
for
on your neck.
boost. You understand?
No,
It's full sack. It says Lex Talionis.
Yeah.
It's an eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Because
you
people in life, You can be a nice person.
Sure.
Right? You can be the best person to other people.
Yeah.
And I am a nice person.
Sure.
You know, I always say to people, no, I'm a nice guy because I do so with intention. I don't try to be a puss to anyone.
Sure.
Even if the person is being a bit of a puss, I'm very patient. Because Bob Peggy's lesson taught me that sometimes we are driven by ego. And those grotmans that let shit eat them up inside, it was their ego that was eating them up inside. You know, there's grotmans that I grew up around where their wives would cheat on them and shit. And the whole town knew that their wife is cheating on them. But then to keep up appearances, they would just go along with it. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's never right. If the thing is eating you up inside and ego is what's chowing you, because you understand, don't let your ego dictate your actions, because then uzongene masimbi.
Ego is the enemy.
Ego is often the enemy, right? But that does not mean that you should take shit. You should still be that guy. A man should always speak up. If you're uncomfortable with something and you're like, yo, I don't, like I said, if the hand is a hand that gets drunk and then all of a sudden say, yeah, we are lad, I'm fine. You need to have that conversation to say, look, I've noticed that when you're drunk, usuba so. These friends of yours that have recently come back into your life, the example you made about people coming back from
Wherever.
hometown or wherever, to moving to Joburg, that are now influencing you and you're moving in a certain way. It's them or me. Because you should also support your partner in terms of advise them that if you can see that the people you're surrounding yourself with are shitty people, allow them to make the choice. But don't just stay because, what if she leaves? No, fuck that, bro.
But some
I
guys
think as a man, you'll go through life incomplete.
One thing I've realized that a lot of men, don't have the privilege of just walking away. A lot of men don't have the advice from Wapegi. A lot of men don't have the luxury of options. So sometimes when we speak, Guti, walk away. This guy's invested everything, and everything is the little that he has. So now he's in a predicament because he's like, when you say walk away, nyepi.
Lapo is gonna lose half his money.
Like the money engekho. So so even when we advise guys with the whole baby mama drama, I try and always say, Guti, if Usisi is moving in a certain way, to start by trying to understand, Guti, hurt people. And because when you might have moved and you're in a different space, it doesn't mean Guti Usisi is not hurt by whatever transpired. Because in her mind, she thought, Guti, you guys will get married, you'll have kids, white picket fence, happy ever after. And then she's not getting that, and maybe you've moved on and you're giving another woman this, and that's hurting her, and she wants you to feel the same pain.
Oh, acrimony, Taraji Henson.
So I'd always like, okay, Sharp, try your best to understand that. Guti lo sisi or lo puti, who hurt, whether intentionally or unintentionally, who hurt. So it's kind of thing, if you could try and fix that, ingane iya unlockable.
Sure.
But usisi mayingakuboni wena as umchita, then it's very hard for usisi to give access to
anything else, yeah.
For sure. So it's very
Who's training you guys as Amatai Man and also as older men?
But big sweet.
I think parents have from experience, from what I've
My dad.
You said your dad is still around.
My dad trains me.
this is what I've seen from black parents.
Well, no, your dad is still around.
My dad is called PA in the hood.
PA?
Yeah, PA.
Mr. T.
PA Parakas, that cut.
Come on, Mr. T.
I get Bagachi. I know we, but
It's up.
My dad used to be tough. Dude, I used to be scared of my dad. Because when I see that PA guy, I saw literally a reflection. I'm like, you know, I know we. So the other thing about from black parents is that they assume that how they behave, you will learn something from them. So from how I was taught, from all my uncles and my two biggest male influences, my dad and my uncle, Abu Kabelo. You see, depending on the day, is Abuti or his uncle. They will never sit with me to say this is the lesson. They always assume that you just see how we move and you must learn from how we move.
Do you really think they were thinking that? Or are you assuming that they were thinking that?
No, I'm assuming.
Maybe they were just living their lives.
Yeah, I think they're definitely living their life. Because, like I always say, for me to win business is how they were just living. Like, the one they thought, come, he might just work at the butcher. He has no choice. Can't that did something for me, you know? So I think they're, I almost say they're privileged to have me as Intwana, because for me, it's like, okay, what was the lesson for that? You know, so, because Malami, you wouldn't see him a lot, but when he sits with you, whatever you ask him, he would give you all the answers, you know. He wouldn't speak much, Mara, if you had to ask him something, they would answer. But I think
this is now or back then?
Back then, even now, you know.
Even now?
Yeah, even now. The abaringa bahaya, you know, it's like you must just learn from how we move, you know. So it was never intentional to say, here's a chat, what is the issue? So,
but did you try asking?
Yeah, I did, you know, on a few occasions.
Because if they were saying, watch how I move and learn, and you were like, hey man, I'm not picking up.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, with the questions, I'll get direct answers. But majority of my lessons from my uncle and my dad, from a man's perspective, it was unspoken. But I needed to be the person that takes on the lessons. I needed to figure out, oh, this meant this. It was never intentional to say, sit down, this is what it means. But I guess they are lucky because I am that kid that didn't have to have a sit down. I needed to see how they moved and
But you did ask questions.
I did. And I think that it's 50-50 depending on the kid. Like what you guys always say, that kids are different.
Yes.
I think some kids need, Ntwana, I'm doing this because of. And some kids don't need that. They just need to observe. I'm lucky that I'm the observation kid. Okay, he's never around, but whenever I sit with him, there's a presence, you know. And the lessons for him was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think parents need to sit with the kid, and I don't know if you must ask your kid, how do you learn lessons?
Kids don't know how to answer that.
They don't know. But for me, they don't know that answer.
You can't ask a kid who say, how do you want to learn?
No.
Yeah, no,
You'll be like, number one, get out of my face. Number two, look at the PlayStation.
Yeah, so for me, I'm not, for me...
What will help?
So how do you learn, boy? As a 10-year-old, what is your best learning method?
In all honesty, it was based on how I viewed the lessons that were silent. It was how I viewed them. And I took those lessons from them.
I appreciate that you ask questions, because I'll tell you with myself, my father's two brothers, Penson's father and his two uncles. Most of the observation that I watched growing up and I figured out and I concluded, the times I've sat with them, they've broken all of that shit that I was fucking wrong.
You thought you were seeing something, but you were seeing something else.
Because just to jump in. Sorry.
Don't jump in. It's your turn to answer.
So give me there's a huge difference between telling someone how to swim versus teaching them how to swim. And I think
you must tell them that I'm teaching you how to swim.
I think
it was not taught to say.
I think one of the privileges that you went through, and at times you might not say, is that you were taken into the shop. So that is practical.
But it was not
education.
intentional. It was based on But it was based on what they was taught to contain
the reasoning is neither here or there. I'm saying with you the practical. So in terms of your business mindset, you got a practical lesson in business.
Sure.
Yeah, but
because you were there.
Because you were there
100%.
every single day.
100%.
So I look at certain kids and you tell them how to swim, you tell them how to change a tire, you tell them how to whatever. It's very, very different than showing them. Versus them saying every time uzoigezi mode, uzoshintsha tire. Those things are fundamental into boys. And I think what I'm hearing from the three of us, and I know for a fact from Ulungelo, is the trial and error and the many failures. The reason why you heard Uba big is because you had failed so many times.
My way didn't work.
So all of a sudden, when
I was prepared to try anything at that time.
You see, because we failed so many times. You failed this gele, the way that you played. We failed so many times to a point where when someone came, we were so desperate for information. you know. So to answer with you, who teaches me manhood, because I've failed so many times by myself, anyone who's willing to be, whether it's on a podcast, whether it's on, if I'm like, I'll try that as well. Yeah. I'll try that as well. You know, I'll try it as well. You know, because you might not have your uncles, whatever, in your.
Well, remember, our dads are dead.
Sorry, just to summarize, none of you guys have got like a mentor except arguably Udebs.
I mean, I've got a few mentors.
So I've got multiple mentors, but what I've learned is that
I'm talking about someone who is. So this is the guy who's teaching me how to be a timer.
No, not to be a timer,
but there are mentors.
I've got multiple mentors that cater for different spaces, categories, verticals, whatever the case may be. So I'm privileged because I've got an older brother. A lot of people don't have an older brother, and not only are the lessons direct, but also indirectly through failures, you get to pick up and say, "Hey, I'm not stepping on that."
Well, that's fucking insensitive. My older brother's dead. Jesus.
So we've been going for 2 hours, 13 minutes.
Sorry. But like, so I have that privilege, and it's a real privilege. Sure. You know, so even with the whole baby mama drama, you know.
Well, you've got the champion of baby mama.
So I live La Vida. Yeah. I'm fucking ice skating. So, but again, watching the pain, I didn't say, So I didn't go through that fight because I was like, hey, you know what? Then I think need jombe before it happens. But I had to see that, and I had to learn that directly, indirectly, the conversations. So there's many people, to answer your question, Alungalo, that have been mentors on our journey, but it's also coupled with failures.
Yeah. I mean, I want to my mentors when it comes to the idea just of manhood general. Or Petpor, you know, from Dilepa Marketing Communication. I remember Imedi, his party, and I think it was just maybe 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah.
He says to me, when you want to be your peak of evilness, tell her that she looks like nonsense. You're not the most beautiful girl I've seen. Ingosi yakho is not. No, you were saying if you want to be an evil human being or a man, this is what you can do. If you want to be a puss, if you want to go cheat and she finds out, you can do it now. And the lesson, as we're speaking about this whole thing, is like, because he was going to extreme. Then he says, the extreme of this thing, you must be there. Because this is your first time you're experiencing being a timer.
Sure.
Ndona, be there. If you want to go 1 a.m., make a fucking plan, man. Because in the great scheme of things, it took an hour from your day, you know? So he's taught me a lot of lessons about what it is to be a present father now in 2025. You know, so I have a lot of mentors. He won't come to you and advise you. But when you ask, you will sit for 3 hours. But he's not with Ntwana. In life means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you ask me, Ntwana, we sit for at least in a week, 2, 3 hours, just 3.
Just to add, guys, whoever's watching this, masculinity is also speaking to learning from mistakes. I think it's so important going to the devil's advocate when you're asking us about weapons. You've seen guys that have acted out emotionally.
Sure.
Now you spend the rest of your life in prison because you're emotional.
But on that weapons chat, the answer I was going to give him also was ego.
Wait, was that what I asked or what?
Remember what
he said it was playing devil's advocate. It was opposite to your question because you were saying the importance of...
It was similar to your answer.
Okay.
To say that if you're going to have the gun for your ego, because of
Sure.
You're not going to...
One of the best things ever that I advise every young boy is to get into combat or contact sports, sorry. Yeah. Whether you get into a boxing, a gym or jiu-jitsu or rugby. Because what that does is that it strips you of your ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because I was shy boy. No. Whoever you are, go to your nearest boxing thingy.
I was shy.
And just go point at a 16-year-old and say,
"My kids go to box."
Yeah, you. Just get into a ring, two rounds, 2-3 minute rounds with the boy who's in grade 10.
What's shy?
Nicely.
It's a fact.
Nicely. When you score. To a point where you realize, I need to learn how to keep my hands in my pockets.
Yes.
The more you do that, you play rugby, you are this guy with guns and you score, you work for the Navy SEALs. If you enjoy flanking shayelana, uhlanze.
Shit. Yeah, you
Relax, uhlanze, because it teaches you humility.
Yeah.
And I think once you get to that point of realizing, what you know, why am I training martial arts? Why do I have a weapon? It is for my family.
Okay.
You need to get to that point of this is to protect and look after myself and my family.
Yeah, but the family chat.
Yeah, devil's advocate. What is the answer?
I was gonna say with the family, that question that you asked me, Peggy, if it come to me 2-3 years prior, I didn't have a child.
Sure.
And I think what you learn after you have kids is that there's more important things than yourself.
Yes.
See? But it's hard to explain to someone that, listen, nigga, one day there's going to be something more important than this shit that you're asking me for now. When you have children, you realize, I'm not even going to waste my time now. I'm going to try to be the best person I can be because, but these ones that depend on me. And once you cross that threshold to say that there's people that come from your balls that are more important than you and what you think and whatever the fuck is going on now. Nalo munye umuntu yabo ukukhombisa umuntu ukuthi ngubani. Hayi. I want to go home and sleep.
Your ego disappears, bro.
Your ego disappears.
Because you're busy wiping amakaka engane, koda amakaka hlala lana amakaka. You realize you're not as deep as you think you are.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, however social media portrays you, whatever, you are just a gent.
You are just a
so you'll realize even with carrying your weapon, whoever is carrying their weapon, if I'm with my kids in the car and we get hijacked, I'm not pulling out my weapon. If there's a guy here, a guy there, and a guy at the back, I'm putting up my hands. Insurance will handle the car. Can we just look after these lives? Can we get out the car? They'll take the car, and then insurance will handle. I'm not a superhero. It is for those rare occasions where I might have the upper hand, and I've obviously assessed the situation. Much like fighting in a club. You are a UFC fighter. If you are a professional UFC fighter, step on his toes, the guy will just say, hey, bruh, I'm good, dog. It was a mistake. Let me just go home. Because he's not about to get stabbed with the bodlela. You know, he's assessed the situation quickly. And he's realized, I've removed my ego from this. You know?
When you remove your ego from the chat.
It's a lot of things, yeah?
It's a lack of chat.
Yeah, it's a different thing. A lot of things, bro. Like, I look at a lot of interactions between people and especially in business. In business, ego runs rife. A deal will fall apart because somebody's ego.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's big niggas that fight over, they lose multi-million rand deals over side chicks. When you chowed my side chick.
Yeah.
Or you're WhatsApping her. Forget chowing, just WhatsApping.
Next thing you know, you'll be arrested for ego-related stuff where the whore that you were fucking stepped out of line. Now you want to show the whore. Now you can't jeopardize a whole 800 million rand contract nobody knew about until you decided to jeopardize
business,
the whore.
family, and your personal life.
That's it, because ego.
Yeah, papa.
People must read a book called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday.
Sure.
Yeah, it speaks about everything that we've been speaking about.
But yeah, so but just to go back to your question, I would love for not just men, because you had asked about men, also for a lot of mothers, a lot of single mothers out there to have weapons. Obviously, again, you train, like driving. You learn, you train. And then once you have a car, you constantly are driving, therefore you are practicing. Yeah. A gun is not for you to just keep in your safe. You know, you have to constantly practice different scenarios. I know in Florida that the JMPD allows for people to do hijack training, home invasion training. You train constantly. Train wena mama, wena baba, wena poti. Train. And then from there, because we do live in a country, unfortunately, where crime is...
Do you teach your kids to shoot?
Yeah, I do. But they shoot at the .22. So there's no real recoil. So it's just... shooting on a piece of paper. But I try my best to make sure I don't shield them from things. We do a lot of fighting, we do a lot of wrestling. So we wrestle, we box as well. So type of things like that. So that, again, they learn the humility of putting their hands in their pockets. You know, my kids know you're not going to pick on anyone. If they want trouble, if my kids want problems with me, they must go bully someone else. But if someone is getting bullied or they're getting bullied, they're going, my kids know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Call
dad.
No. If my kids got bullied, I would get called for a different reason. I wouldn't get called, Guti, hey, we just found out that your kids were getting bullied. I wouldn't get called for that. I get called for different things. But my kids know, Guti, should you go and pick on kids, should you go and bully kids, then you're going to have a problem with me. But in a situation where someone is bullying yourself or picking on you or picking on your friend, hi, boy, you need to do the right thing.
Tell the police, call your father.
Yeah, I'll show you. Call your father and your uncles and all your fucking family members.
No, I'd like to hear this again. If someone bullies your sons, you want them to do what?
I want them to be able to protect themselves.
That's what you teach them.
That's
Not that they must go and report the child.
No. The reporting is part and parcel of the whole thing. But I'm saying, Guti, I don't teach my kids, Guti, if another person attacks them physically. I don't teach them that when they get attacked physically, they must go and tell the teacher. I teach them, Guti, when they get attacked physically, they need to defend themselves.
Must defend themselves.
And once that scenario is neutralized, then they go and tell authorities.
Defend is what? Hitting back?
Yes.
No, however you want to defend.
No, I'm
must
asking
hit them
what you
back.
tell the kids.
No, Guti, but tell him to get serious.
Yes.
Tell him to.
Serious.
You must turn the left cheek.
Lexis Vritaros.
Lex Luthor.
Lex Italianos.
Italiano. I teach them about Italiano. Guti, and it's not just for them. Guti, people in your space, you need to understand, Guti, you guys have a responsibility to be kind, to be respectful, and to look after your circle. And you're not going to have people who are unkind into your circle. So you need to make sure, Guti, as much as you love and respect and are kind to others, people should also
do the same.
Dango. Should people come and attack you guys, I tell my kids, I will happily sit in any office with any headmaster, any headmistress, and say, well, yeah, sharp, they broke the Tanga's nose. What did Tanga do to warrant this? You know,
Karen.
but if my lighties are the ones that
started it,
then they not only in shit with the school, but they also in shit with me.
Yeah, sharp.
Because you're not raising them.
I'm not raising,
In Latin, an eye for an eye is oculum pro oculo.
Lex talionis.
Lex talionis is a Latin term that refers to the law of retribution.
To the left.
It's going above and beyond. In which
is power.
In which a penalty is meted out per the nature and severity of the offense.
That's how it works.
Talionis translates as of such a nature.
You meet them.
That's a song by Imitant called Ngimqonda Ngo.
Yeah.
It says, kwanongoma simzumun. Asimzumun. Say samqonda. Yeah.
But you have to, man. You can't teach your kids to be weak.
No, but no one's saying anything about weak. I was just asking in terms of what happens to your
be
kids.
a gangster fighting.
No.
But what it means is, like I'm saying, you need to stand your ground, like Pino was saying earlier. Sometimes you need to stand up and say, because if it's going to eat you inside, that you didn't stand your ground, that's the worst possible feeling. Never mind what it does for other people.
Now you're sitting at home and like at Pick and Pay, that person.
Bro, and
so
there's nothing wrong with losing a fight. I don't mean a physical fight.
Yes,
I mean,
argument,
you can lose the argument, but you come back.
And you say, look, I
go on and says, why did I lose this
ground.
argument? Could it be that I was wrong in the first place? You understand? And that time when those stupid fights were happening and I didn't realize what the fight was about. I thought it was about me.
Sure.
You see, then I was like, me, I'll show you.
Sure.
Personal question, Warras. If the mother of your kid if you guys never got better and she kept your kid from you moving forward, what steps would you have taken, you think, or what advice would you give?
If she had
not calmed down and you get to have a relationship with your kid.
She what?
What steps do you think you would have taken?
I would have removed myself, made more kids. That's what I did.
You would have walked away from your child?
I would have walked away.
And been a deadbeat?
Wouldn't have been. If you are choosing to put me in deadbeat zone, you don't want my money, you don't want to talk to me, you don't want anything. Then I remove myself.
If she wanted the money?
If she wanted the money, she'd be shooting herself in the foot, because then I would go to family court and say, this person is extorting me. She wants the money, but I'm not allowed access to the child for no good reason. I understand why that is there. There are a lot of co-parents or mothers, fathers that are drug addicts. They abuse alcohol. They've got issues, right? And then the other parent will be like, because
But you understand that the deadbeat is not necessarily coming from the child court.
Yeah.
It's normally coming from the social media narrative.
yes, but that's again, remove your ego. Me, I don't care.
Because the child court can say,
Bro,
100 rand. Every month you are coca le mali about 100 rand. And then social media was what that's not enough. Your child needs 100,000.
I had Umawake go on Facebook and put a post up to say, DJ Warras, the famous DJ, fuck him, he's a deadbeat, what.
Hey, son, that was painful.
That happened.
That happened.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, but
So
at that time she was hurt.
At that time again,
she was
but
hurt.
she was supporting her daughter. She wasn't doing it because she hated me. She liked me.
No.
She was supporting her
and
daughter.
I think a lot of people need, and I always want to just anchor this, would say, sometimes when that happens, and I think maybe most of the time I might be picking out a turn, a lot of the sisters are very, very hurt with some of the decisions, especially because in Amachita, we tend to move on.
Yes,
We tend to move on, and we tend to outwardly portray something grand, and yet she might be bleeding, and she says, "Yazin, ngizomthola."
And it's like watching someone that owes you money in the club. Thengela bomahosha amabhodlela lapha, and you're like, now umuntu ethenga ama-champagne ungolo to 5,000.
Yes.
It chows you inside because you're like, motherfucker. Then you have to Lex Talionas that thing.
Come on.
But it's like, he's not doing it for you. He's doing it for him because he's trying to chow. He wants palms, so he has to buy champagne.
Yeah, it's not
In
personal.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, so don't take everything personally, man. You know?
Guys, let's go do the...
So you just say what? So ask that question again. They don't allow you access to
They don't
access
allow
to the
you
kid.
access. No, me, I would walk away.
You would have walked away.
Are you asking
Is that what
his
you
answer?
asking him?
Do you want to answer?
No.
Do you wanna
No,
answer?
wait, I have said before. I literally said.
Did you want to summarize his answer?
No, but I'm saying,
No, I
is that
said
what
keep
you
the
were
light
asking
in.
him?
Yes, he
What do you
answered.
answer?
He said
You're
walk
saying
away.
you'll have another kid?
No, he said
No,
walk
I'm
away.
saying.
No,
I'm fine.
he said
I'm
he
saying
would
keep
have
that
walked
one.
away.
I would
would
walk
walk
away.
away.
I'm not gonna fight with you to the point where me saying it's fucking king in. Right? I end up putting myself in shit. Then I lose a lot more than this. Because one day that child is gonna grow up and ask about me. Then you must answer. And when the child comes and says, "Why did you stop coming to see me and ignore me?" I'll say, "Because your mom is a puss."
Is this a mature answer? And in your toxicity, when you still didn't understand the variables, would you have done the same?
No, I wouldn't have. This is an answer based on me. It's a personal answer
Where
because
you
of
are
who
now.
I am. Remember that at that time, my career trajectory
Sure.
was what was best for me and for my children, so that I can provide them with some sort of future.
Sure.
I couldn't risk that career and that trajectory over fighting with baby mama.
Sure, got you.
So in the event that she had said, "Well, fuck you, ignore, block, move away," I would have not, like if she had, what is the word, denied access to the child and whatever. I would have stopped fighting and reacting to that. I would have just been like, okay, cool. But then I withhold the money. Yeah. Then the money doesn't come. There's no scenario in which I'm sending the money and I don't see the
And
money.
even if you know that's your kid, like you did a DNA test, you did everything.
Yeah, no,
You're
but
not supporting.
it's not my kid now. It's your kid.
It's okay, dog. I mean, I
Would you see the kid though?
Huh?
Would you see the kid?
But she's
She's
denying.
not allowing
She's
me
denying.
access.
She's denying. What I mean,
If she's denying
there's
access,
two
then
scenarios.
wait.
There's two scenarios where I'll never send money. If my child has the mother's surname, and if she's not giving me access, then it's not my child.
Can I add another dynamic? Because today, when I must sing, but today, I need to deliver only podcast 2 weeks ago. So they say to me, I mean, I'm getting supporting if it's not my surname.
We spoke about this last week.
Yeah,
I can't believe you're still bringing it now.
I would love to hear it now. Man, tell me, yeah.
Give us the scenario. I've
Man,
got two more
let's
questions for Warras.
So here's
I've got two more questions for Warras.
Here's what was thrown at me. You guys know the answer from today's podcast. I'm like, I knew you support it because the kid is not doesn't have my surname. I'm like, you can't compromise. Middle name, they're like, no access to the kid.
Billy Jean.
So I want to ask you something. So in Mlotshwa, you know it's your kid. You did a DNA test. You know it's your child.
Yes.
Sharp. They say to you, you will not name the child, no middle name, no surname. But they say to you, no, you can still see the child on weekends and whatnot. Would you still support that child?
You can still see the child on weekends.
Yeah, but you can't name them. No. They don't even have your surname.
Can I tell you, we argued about all their names. The first one, we argued about the name. and then she won. I got the second name and the
Surname?
second name. Right, surname is my surname.
Would you support a kid that doesn't have your surname?
I do. My other son doesn't have my surname.
Okay.
But that's purely an administrative matter. He'll have my surname.
Yeah,
It's a different chat though.
It's a different chat.
If I go and I say, Mamela, Segu is cut because Sing is cut, you mean?
Sure.
It's time to change the man's surname.
If she says no, I don't want you to change the surname.
There's no.
That option is not available. That option is not available.
No. It'll have to be no for a justifiable reason. What is that reason?
No, maybe he first born here.
He's not answering you, Debs.
No,
he's not.
I don't expect her to say no, but I'll say no. I don't agree.
Would you still support the child and still see the child?
I already support the child. And I see the child. And I don't see a scenario in which she, like if over a surname, she says to me, oh, fuck you, you can't see him and you no longer need to support him. Then I hit her with the same rule number 1. That one to say, oh, okay.
No, here's the question. Maybe he's using a real life example.
And wait, can I also say, this is the problem
if he has another child.
That's my son. He already knows me. He's not 2. There's no way you can pull access to me away from him.
So the name thing is not a thing for you. It's not a thing for you.
It wasn't a thing because, you see, it's a thing for me. But sometimes, again, you remove your ego and have some consideration for the situation and how others think. It's like the religion thing, right? They are Muslim. Sure. I am not big enough in the church where I'm going every Sunday for me to say, no, you guys can't make the nigga a Muslim. There's no way I can do that. They are Muslim. He's Muslim in the family that he lives in, grows up in, the people he stays with. It would be unfair for me to just say, well, I want him to be Catholic because I'm a Catholic. I don't even go to church. If I went to church every week and I was saying, I want these niggas to be Catholic because we're going to go to church every week, they're going to get baptized, they're going to get...
It's a different chat.
It's a different chat. But if you are not a responsible parishioner, and I grew up in Vryheid at the church that I grew up in, Father Peter Blue used to always say, hey, the church is full. I can see some people are making an appearance because it's coming to the time where you need to enroll your kids for First Holy Communion. So, in any case, I've been seeing the faces. Sure. So if I see a new face, come to me and say, oh no, it's me, Penson, First Holy Communion for Intwana. I'm going to tell you straight, your one will do him next year. From now until next year.
Do your
Don't just rock up here when it's time to get the confirmation or
the context is very important.
Yeah, the context is very important.
And
please, let me say this before my baby mamas watch it or people send it to them. Because people send out clips around, say, look at this nigga.
And they cut them and they...
Bro,
it becomes
like
clickbait.
It gets sent to many people. They send it to my people. They say, don't have sex with him anymore. It's not working. Anyway.
Guys, it's about clickbait.
My baby, I love both of my baby mamas to the moon, though they know
you love
I
and
love
respect them.
Yes, I'm talking colloquially because you guys made me drink alcohol, and when I get drunk, nyalasha. I love them both very much, right? And by virtue of the fact that they have birthed my children, they will always be protected and respected by me. Even when they make decisions that I don't agree with, because I don't live their lives on my behalf. You understand what I'm saying? I let them do whatever they want. And I support them in all the decisions that they make. If they have to phone me now and say, hey, gune fuck up ganjani. No one will tell me ukuthi angilapha.
Sure.
You understand what I'm saying? So bala. Yabo.
That's respect.
Let me ask my questions. Warras didn't answer the question.
How?
I'm gonna ask my questions.
How do you not answer?
No, ask it the way you thought I should have asked it.
No,
which answer didn't
he wants the answer that he's looking for.
No. Maybe I didn't ask the question correctly.
No, but Ulunga is looking for his answer.
I want to learn the problem. So,
Warras, you go and you get a girl pregnant. You're not planning to marry her. She tells you after falling pregnant, according to my culture and where I come from, this child will not have your surname. And Debza's question is, would you provide for that child?
Is this a random girl that I have no connection to?
It's a girl you were dating for 3 months.
No. Once we're dating for 3 months, we'll have already established that. But if it's some girl nje that I child and then she falls pregnant and then she says, hey, imaganje,
so the surname thing is
I'm
not
really
a big
not
thing
in
for you.
because I don't plan on marrying
You would have
you.
established what in that 3 months?
In that 3 months, we would have established she'll know who I am and I'll know who she is, which is when I plan on making her pregnant. I'm not going to make her random pregnant.
Okay,
I know I say take it
you
easy
tell
and if
her
it's
and you
easy,
guys
take it
agree.
home. But I'm just joking.
Let's say you tell her and you guys agree. The question is, the woman then says, doesn't matter what you do, you're not married to me. This child will never carry your surname. Deb's question is, would you provide for that child?
It depends. Because when you say the child can't have my surname, I need a very good reason as to why the child.
The reason is her culture. She believes that because you're not married to her.
If it's in her, but what culture would that be? Because me, now, if I go pay damages, Ingane will have my surname. So I don't know.
She's saying in my family, we don't do that.
From what culture is that?
It's their
Her
culture.
family.
Which one?
Let me not give you a specific answer. But this is what she's telling me.
Okay.
In my family.
But then I'm gonna
in
have
my
to
home.
again. I'm gonna have to stand my ground and say, but in my culture, if you expect that child to be my child also, then the child has to have my surname.
What is
She's
the
saying
child?
no.
She says no.
Then she must fuck off.
You
So
want
you
someone
won't
with the
provide
child?
Because
for the
that
child.
now, you see, what you're doing is you coming with an argument where this hand seems to be arguing from a point of my way or the highway.
Yeah.
I don't entertain that. If that's what you want, have the child. Let the child have your surname. Akona mani.
All
Bye-bye.
because of the surname.
No,
You can see
but
the
it's
child.
because
But
of,
it's
no,
deeper than
not
that.
because of
It
the
is deeper,
surname.
man.
Yabo umuntu onenkani. Yabo inkani. Angizwani nenkani.
But now Nenkani must.
Yeah, Nkani. We can't both have Nkani. I have Nkani here, I'm the one who's paying. If you want to have Nkani, you pay. Then you have the lighty. Because me with my lighties, Nkani. But I deliver.
Sure.
You understand? If my baby mamas can go and say, hey, fuck that nigga, I bana man, no one will believe them. Do you understand?
Right.
I'm not perfect. I'm not the best dad in the world, surely. But my kids love me. I love my kids. They're very, very good children. And I do my best for them as a father. So I'm here doing my best. I believe I deserve to at least have the rights for the things that I require. Like I said with the religion thing, I didn't squeal. Do you think it went down well with my family? They were like, no, they must. And I said, you niggas don't even go to church, dog. I'm not going to go to the church now and tell the priest that I don't know.
Yeah.
Hi, father, can you baptize these kids who've never been to this parish?
Some fights are not worth it.
Some fights, the father's going to be like,
Just talking about the baby mama thing. I think when I chat to people, because I'm in such a, you're in a privileged place, and I say I am. And I was like, but I lose so many battles, but I'm winning the war.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of people don't. They want to win every battle and the war.
Are you married to your baby mom?
No.
Oh,
We're separate. We're separate.
Okay.
So she's the mother of my first 3 kids, and I'm with my new partner. We've got one.
Okay.
So we co-parent phenomenally. And people say it's privilege. And I say, but you don't, just because I don't tell you all the battles that I lose, you know.
Yes.
So it might be the religious battle that I lose,
Yes.
or the school battle that I lose, or there's so many other battles that I will lose, you know. And I'll say, look, if it means that I get to win the war, which is to me having access to the kids, I'll take it.
Hundreds. And
I'll take
that
it.
surname chat, Mganwam, the way you're framing it, it's coming from a place of no, because I say so. Don't let her tell me my parents. It's not their child.
It's not their child.
La kona mina nawe. I don't want to hear about what your parents said, because if you're going to tell me my parents said 1, 2, 3, go raise the child with them. Mina, Puma game. You're saving yourself a lot of headaches down the line.
Sure.
When you make too many concessions, it doesn't matter whether it's for your child or whether, obviously you're going to make way more because we all love our children.
Sure.
But it gets to a point where you've made so many concessions that you have now forgotten who you actually are. And I've got other children that look up to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? I can't tell those niggas, yo, man, I had to bitch out. No, I can't bitch
These are my
out.
3 questions, then I'm done. Number
Yes.
1, how do you feel about attending therapy? Number 2, how much contact time should a father have with their child? And number 3, since you raised it, how much financial contribution ideally should a father give to their children?
Let me start with the therapy one. I don't agree with the, attending therapy. It's not for me personally. I've been before. I sat there, I listened to what the people said, multiple therapists. I listened to what they had to say. I don't think it helps at the price point, but go and try it. I would never advise someone against going there.
Sure.
Because the person that you're generally speaking to, the therapist, has your best interests at heart. And sometimes we already know the answer. We just need somebody else to tell it to us.
Sure.
A lot of the time we look for support from people where it's like, "Eish, ngiyazi kahle ukuthi kumele ngiye ngapha." But
But-
ngifuna ukuthi uphenwela ngitshele ukuthi ngiye ngapha. Doesn't even have to be therapy from a therapist. But those people are trained to give you the best possible advice to take your life forward. 9 times out of 10, they're going to give you an answer you already knew. So don't be shocked. So for me, now personally, right, but ngengaya lapana inte ngibonile.
Why don't you believe in therapy for yourself?
I just didn't feel like it didn't benefit me for the amount of money I was spending. And the person didn't reveal anything new. These are all things I needed to change about myself that I knew about myself.
You know
Out
what's
of
worse
maybe
with
10
therapy?
things they told me, maybe 2 of them I could apply.
Have you
And
ever
say,
sat
"Oh,
there and the person is quoting like things that you've read as well, and you're like, fam, lo mchita lona is just regurgitating izinto, and you're like, what the hell? And now we are 1.2, and you're like, this
Yo,
is
1.2,
literally just.
Bangkok 3,000.
Yes,
3,000. 3,000.
Why don't you try other therapists?
I tried 3. But I was going because my partner at the time suggested it because she was also going.
Yeah.
Right? So I went because I'd fucked up. So I was like, I have to do everything in my power to fix
again.
this fuck up.
Sure.
So let's go. You understand? With more than 1, 2 partners, 2 or 3. Where it's like, no, let's try this therapy route. Now I'm doing it to appease you because you're saying that's where you want to go. Because usuphelelwa magama. No problem. Let's go there. But Mina, I don't see, remember, I know myself personally, and when I leave there, I have to look at what did I really benefit from this experience and what did I benefit from this 3,000 rand, 2.4, 3,000, whatever it was costing. And then I was like, hey, I'm not going here once a week.
But
8,000.
another thing is that it's also different strokes for different folks.
Yes.
Because that therapist might speak to me, and I can get healing and guidance, but they might not speak to Debs.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So now you have to
Hamba.
almost like constantly troubleshoot and go and
Thank you.
find
But
someone that speaks to
Nithi
you.
mina.
It's like a church.
Yes, hamba, shona kon. I'm not saying don't go. I would never advise anyone not to go.
Got you.
Especially because we're also all dealing with different things. You know, like what Penol said earlier about men. You know, like men, a lot of them suffer in silence about heavy shit, dude.
Sure.
And we can't all handle the same stress load and the same amount of pressure. So sometimes you'll be around the niggas and they'll be like, don't be a bitch, man up, fuck that shit.
Sure.
And you are not the man up, fuck that shit type.
Or you going, because we had spoken about this earlier, like let's say GBV, and you come from a certain generation or a culture where that might be okay, and you're speaking to some person who is so removed from that culture and understanding.
Sure.
Where when you start saying something, they instantly just see you as there's a dissonance in the chat, and you're like, this person doesn't understand who I am. They don't understand my upbringing.
But now you're there
They
and you're
don't
paying
understand-
3,000.
and you're paying 3,000, and you're like,
Hey, when I turned it, GBV when I'm fine.
You could man, pay 3,000, come on, James.
Therapy.
Upenwell, we got 4,000. What's the last one?
So I'd like to know from you personally, what is the ideal contact time for a father and a child?
and the
And
financials.
ideally, this is not just about you, but your views.
Yeah.
How much money should a father be contributing? Not an amount, but the percentage.
A percentage. It's hard to say. It would depend on the way your child's life is structured. How much is your child's school fees? My child's school fees might be, I think mine are 9,000. Yours might be 14,000. Yours might be 20,000.
Just ideally, for men out there who are like, I'm a dad.
Yeah.
Warras said fathers should ideally provide X%.
I think fathers should ideally provide a life for their child that's better than the one they experience.
100%.
But we can't all afford to provide that life. And what I say to people about
Warras is
spending...
not hearing me.
No, but I hear what is saying.
There's
because
no fixed percentage. I'm not going to say
if
80%.
10%. If I'm making 10 bar a month and I say 30%, we should think I'm
No,
3
I'm
million.
not talking about
3
your
million,
income.
yes.
Sorry, let me try and change my question for ease. A child has a mother and a father.
Sure.
I'm trying to figure out ideally how much of the contribution for the child should
Oh,
come from
that.
the dad.
Sharp.
I apologize. Maybe my
Right.
question was wrong.
What should come from the dad, in my opinion, unless the dad can't afford it and the mom can. The dad should be contributing 80% to 100%.
No problem.
If the dad can't afford it, you're puzzling and you need the mom to come to the party. I have a friend who confided in me and said, hey, dude, mangvela lapho at the kids' school, every month, ngifaka angazi asithi 25,000. Okay, it wasn't 20, that was the outstanding amount. Every month, mina, ngifaka 5,000 wami, or 8,000, right? There's 2 kids in the school. Ngithi 8,000 every month, 8,000 every month. On month 4, I go pick the kids up. They're like, hey, we need to speak to you. But me, Nailet, your kids' fees is outstanding with this amount. Basically, it equated to 90 days, which is the cutoff. Because Ubafo was not fucking his 8,000.
The sisters.
Right? The baby daddy.
Okay.
Then she's like, yo, luckily, it was a time where my bonus was coming. Right? Because we get like quarterly bonuses. I had to take my bonus, 25,000 to bring it to 0. He had not said a word to me about the fact that he was not putting his 8,000. And we cool. We are not spicy fighting co-parents. We're cool. We eat supper together. He's at the house all the time. I'm at his house all the time. See, right, he knows my partner. I know his partner. Like, we are cool. For him not to say to me that, yo, I haven't been paying this thing, was so embarrassing. Because in the meantime, I've been paying my 8,000 every month. And then when she had the chat with him, he was on some, I didn't know how to tell you. I was waiting for this other thing to come through. So please, 30 days and then right? Now he's having to sell her the 25 that she paid from her bonus. Plus he's got to put his 8. He's looking at a 30-something K month. Niggas will drown themselves like that. Instead of just speaking up and saying, babe, akusafani. Yabo? Imali short. So this month, if you've got extra, can you please help me out? Don't let the lighties now suffer where the fees are not paid. Don't let the wife or the baby mama find out you haven't been pulling your weight.
Straight.
That's it.
But guys are scared. I want to just generally as black people, finances is not our strong suit in terms of just
managing it.
Or just communicating. You know, with Just generally, bro. I just think generally we
struggle.
What
this Oki saying is that blacks are dumb, bro.
Oh, sorry. Oh, fuck. I didn't know you're such a say.
I mean, you know where he went to school. Listen to his accent.
Yeah, sorry.
Fucking blacks, bro.
Blacks, they're a problem, bro.
Hey, no, try down.
So I think it's getting this thing. By the time that hard conversation needs to happen, we are 6 months behind.
Yeah.
Just the conversation alone.
Because you don't want to admit to yourself.
Nah, bro.
Ego.
That hey.
So it's not ego. It's not ego. It's shame.
It's shame as well.
It's not ego.
Yes.
It's ego.
So a lot of guys will hear, ideally, because most guys that we speak to, ideally, they would love to have the lion's share of their kids. The ones that I speak to, ideally, but they might not be in that financial space. But at the same time, because of shame, because of ego, because of whatever, they're also not ready to have that hard conversation of saying, I'm going to fake 8,000. I can only get to 3.
Ish. And then you've got to have the one of, hey, we need to change the child's school. Even me, when they said to me, maybe you should consider putting them here, I said, maybe you should consider shutting the fuck up. Because what? You understand? It's a hard check to have.
Is that an ego or is that
shame?
That's ego, but also, I'm not doing it for me. I'm not going to do that to my lighties. So me, I'll go and steal a Rolex if I have to steal a Rolex.
That's ego. That's ego.
Okay. Well, it's not shame. Because I take that fucking Rolex.
It's not shame. That's ego.
So we've had the chat before where we've said, sometimes you understand why niggas go and do crime.
Sure.
I don't understand it when you're doing it for yourself. You go tang a Gucci, tang a leaf, I understand when it's like your kids are fucking starving or puzzling and you're like, fuck it, I'm going to go do something.
Okay.
Like it happens. Very rarely, but it does happen.
Ideal contact time for fathers.
I think stop counting time in terms of hours and count it in terms of quality time. That's the honest truth. What I try to do is everything that I do with my boys, I try to make it the stuff that I do anyway. Like in a lead by example type of way. I take them shooting with me. Whenever they're with me, I take them on all my moves. You understand? When I go to the building in Hillbrow, when I go, you understand? So I'm not trying to show my Bamba now is 17 night shift. So there's no way that I contact my kids. Yabo? Mang no muntu velayo ngithi na ngumuntu. Yabo, I don't say hey nangumuntu busy guy, but I don't hide anything from them. You understand what I'm saying? I obviously try to when and if I've got a girlfriend or a partner, I wait very long until I introduce my kids to them. I don't just bring people into their lives.
Is waiting very long until you feel safe and
again, quality time. It's until I feel like this person is here to stay.
Sure.
Stop introducing your kids to people you've been with for a month. What the fuck? Because after 2 months you guys break up, then the kids are like, how?
No, but even if it is a month, it's you will know.
You feel.
There's a feeling. A month for a 22-year-old versus a month for a 52-year-old is not the same.
No, my brother. A month for
because you know who you are now. You know who you are.
A mother.
It's
like
the
these are my children, boss. These are not my puppies. You understand?
Sure.
These are not the dogs. These are the lights. So when a bishwa uchachelan. You understand?
I agree.
I even say to young girls that I even say to young girls that I speak to, right? My nieces, young cherries that ask me for advice, I say, you must have a 90-day rule, hard and fast. That nigga, if he likes you, he's going to take you on dates. He's going to spend quality time with you all the time. In the hope that he can chow after 90 days. But if you wait on the 90-day thing, by the time you get to 90, this motherfucker likes you so much, he does not want to lose you. But if you let him chow after 2 days, I'm fine. You'll fight after 5 days and it'll be like, this one is a difficult bitch.
You tell girls to implement 90 days.
I tell girls to implement 90 days as a general rule.
I don't tell girls to do that.
Young girls, guys.
No.
Young girls, if you're 30-something years old.
She must give him bums when she feels that the guy is worthy.
Don't say that.
So whatever, because these are women, they also have autonomous over their bodies. When she feels the guy has proven himself.
How does he prove himself?
Whatever her criteria is. I'm not a I'm not a girl.
Part of my issue with this 90-day advice.
Because Umchita is paying for dates.
Is that Umchita has to lose something.
He's offering for 90 days. 3
After
months,
90 days, she's like, I don't
himself.
think it's working out, and she chucks.
He's giving off himself for 3 months.
Listen. Unless if they're splitting everything 50-50.
Yeah, it's a different
Can I say this?
Then I agree with you.
Can I say this?
But we can also agree that there are guys who want to go for that 90-day.
These people are young, Chief.
Of course.
Right. These are young people.
Sure.
I'm not talking to 35-year-olds who wait 90 days.
21-year-olds.
Ciao.
21.
I'm saying when you're 21, 22, like there, and you sort of like trying to figure it out, you've only had 2 boyfriends. Bro, ungajahi.
So the guy
You're
must
gonna be
cough
letting
up.
niggas
So
eat
the guy
after
must
a
cough
week.
up dates.
Think of how were you thinking when I was 22, my friend? I had a 1 week rule. I was trying to chow whatever I could in a week.
I mean, one day.
Or you're projecting because of yourself.
I'm projecting because I was at the top of the food chain. My advice is valuable. I was eating. I wasn't fucking around playing with my winky. I was
No, it's not bad advice, man.
It's not bad advice. Let me say this.
I disagree.
When I was in my 20s, I say to girls, I'm the guy that you needed to watch out for. With me, I'll chow you. Now. After 1 week, you are chowing. And I've got 8 other girls that I'm operating at the same time. It's a fact.
Yeah, I know.
You understand? Think whatever you want about it.
I think
I'm
the
trying to
90-day
import it
test
now
the guy,
as advice.
man. Like how far is you? I'm saying the 90-day for some guys, it's a test.
Yes.
If on Ngosako, you've set some certain rules for your kid. Like you guys
I think a lot of good women
Yeah.
will lose a lot of good guys.
Yeah,
Because all Warras become the benchmark. It's okay.
No.
I'm happy to disagree.
If a guy is going to say,
Warras is top of the food chain.
told him that
He's
I will
dabbling
give you
after 4 days.
Yes.
Warras is dabbling after 4 days.
Yeah, but
some
that's
other,
Warras.
yeah, okay, sure. But
Yeah.
Nkumu was the ego and the arrogance and the swagger of a 22-year-old. He's saying Warras at 22 was chowing after 4 days. Yet he's telling me I must chow after 90 days. He invested.
But I was 22 before the World Cup, nigga.
That's fine. But I'm saying, Antoine who's 22 will look at you at 22 and say, but you got the damage at 4 days. I must wait 90 days and I must pay for dates and I'm at this and I'm at this, I'm at this. No.
We are looking for people for different reasons,
Yeah,
guys. When you are looking for wifey, you will wait 90 days.
Same time.
When you are looking for recreational fuckery,
Yeah.
find recreational.
Same day.
Not everyone
No,
has
but
a
it's
right.
not black and white. That's the point.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying all of us will not.
I'm
there
saying
is no one true
there's
answer for all of
I'm
us.
saying that there's still quality girls that can give you damage after 2 weeks. And
Because
can
they've
still
vetted
be
you.
They've vetted you.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is when she feels she's ready. When she
It's not
feels
rare.
it's not
It's
rare.
not
It's not
rare.
rare.
It's not rare.
No, it's not rare.
not
So
rare.
I'll give you the introduction.
dog.
Like the intro to the
The
kids.
thing about life is that we don't know, man. We're all just speculating.
With
here.
my current partner,
Rare.
I introduced my kids like after 2 days, bro. Like
I'm
literally
in a
after 2 days.
never,
But I'm trying to say. But hear me out. Hence why I said, Guti, at the stage that I'm in, I can quickly vet. I'm better now than I was 15 years ago.
Someone else is not.
I'm sure. And for them, they must wait whatever their time X is. Because I don't want to dictate the time X. Because there's girls who time X is 90 days, and there's girls who time X is a week.
Sure.
And when she says,
but you do what is best for your child.
Yeah.
You decide.
Warras, I'd like a dumb answer, please, for dumb people. Contact time for a timer and a lighty. Is it every day? Is it once a week? I heard the quality time chat. I heard the taking the child along, but dumb answer for Umchita, who maybe doesn't live with his kids or whatever, and is asking fair to, what's a fair amount of time? Once a week, once a month, school holidays.
I would say during the week, you need to, like, this thing of I only see my kids on weekends. I don't think it works. I think you need to see, your kids on weekends are very different to your kids in the week.
Sure.
Because weekdays is school, you know, and you're not there for that routine.
In the jungle,
Some days the nigga will come home from school and he'll be feeling overwhelmed some type of way, whatever's happened. You don't know when that day is going to be.
Spelling test was failing,
Get there on that day or a day after so that you can say, hey, how was school? You can't say how was school on Sunday and then I tell you about Tuesday. So try as much as you can. It's not always possible, but try and get access during the week as well.
Every day.
Pick them up from school. Not every day, no.
No, but I'm just saying ideally every day.
No, that's what do you do for a living? You know, people have lives. Because on the money chat, remember when you asked me about 80, 20, 50, 50? I was going to add that sometimes what people do, right? They put money blindly into things where they should not be putting as much money. Sure. And the thing about money, especially when we all earn in waves, no one just gets money every day. I'm a forex trader.
Sure.
We either get a salary, right? Or alternatively, at billing run, invoice time, your money comes in. Now, obviously, some of us get more than others. But my thing is, if you get this 100,000, don't immediately say, yo, ngale 100,000 out in 250, ngithi baby mama ingane, because you could be missing out on an opportunity to invest that money into other stuff that's going to grow your 100 to 200. Don't be dumb. You understand? Keep what you need to keep for the lighty. Don't deprive your kids, but within reason. I feel like a lot of the time what people do is they spend now money that they should be using as future money. Especially when we are pauper, your job, you get a promotion, you're earning more. Try and utilize the money wiser, you know, because to your point about how black people and our relationship with money, it's not an excuse to say, saying 100, use that money that you would have spent on bottles. Try and put it into something. Because that's something that you start building now is going to benefit your kids a lot more in the long run. So even if you have to have that chat with baby mama to say, look, I can't carry the 80% anymore. You are working, you have money. Is it possible for you to carry 40? I carry 60. I'm putting it here. Something for the
future.
Sure.
That's a chat you should be comfortable to have. And I think it's hard for a lot of guys because as soon as you bring it up, the baby mama is like, aye, fusak. A lot of women are like, fuck that, I don't want to pay.
These are facts.
Yeah, the other day when I was on Kagasi, that is the question that Spare asked me. I just did a small cameo there. I actually went, Spare helped me out. He let me use his laptop. And I was like,
all a spectacular
DJ Naves and sell Beyonce. Okay, small cameo. And they were asking that similar question, like to say, you know, as a man, is it cool to bring up the chat with your partner to say, hey, Shubi, and I need you to start contributing more? Men, by and large, were saying that, you know, that's a tough chat to have. But if it's for your kids, and you're taking money from there where this person just expects too much because you want to channel it into something else, a business, a new endeavor, bro, do that because you're building more over a longer term.
Can we argue that it's tough because the person you're with makes it difficult, or
no, definitely some baby mamas are fucked up.
Some women
no,
are
no,
not.
no, it's the individual.
Yeah,
but also
the
coupled
individual's
with
relationship with money.
Yeah, I think that too. Because
more than the other person.
I'm saying you can have the best relationship with money.
Sure.
And you can be open and have the best communication skills, whatever. But if Lomuntu on the other side, it sometimes happens that your partner is great. Let's say there's 10 things. She's great with 8 of the 10 things. And the tule is imali, for example. But you're clonipo, so I'm saying, as much as you can be perfect, your partner can also ish.
If you have a healthy relationship with money, you can outsmart her.
Yeah.
There's ways. It's your relationship first.
If
you know that person
I'm
is
not-
traumatized and what,
I'm not disputing.
you work around them.
I'm not disputing. I'm saying with you, there are cases though where the person can pull you down for whatever reason.
No, of
Yes,
course.
And
dude.
that does
And
happen.
that's when you play into the drama. Like I was saying earlier, you need to remove yourself, like Bob Beggy said. Sometimes you mustn't react and entertain.
Yeah.
Because you lose more in the end. And it's like, what have you actually achieved? Because when that reaction comes,
Because there are partners, there are people who are very calm, very mellow in how they interact. But a partner must can out of no, and you've never had those encounters, especially if it's a baby mama where you've never had to argue about someone outside of the two of you, which is the child. So in your whole relationship, it was always so amicable in the conversation. But now there's a certain child, all of a sudden it takes out a different energy that you've never experienced. Now you're like, yes, where is this lady coming from? And you speak to a lot of dads who are like, I've never known her to be like this. Sure. And then to answer your question around, and I know it was directed to Warras around the whole time.
Before you answer, my takeaway is if you can, try ad hoc twice a week.
Yeah.
And then weekends is what I took.
So just to jump in, and I'm hoping that if there's any fathers...
Every weekend or every second weekend?
So,
Mina ngilalele wena ngiyamziba lo.
Okay, no, because it's the weekends.
This is not lakeside. You said Makalatin, lapho Friday. Asikho ke lapho. So
Akusikho Konvo la.
So I say it's much like planting a seed. You know, when you're planting a seed, the time that is needed when it's very in its infancy is going to vary. Because when a child is young, they might need more time. You know, a 7-year-old will need a lot more time than a 17-year-old. You know, and even how they rely on you. You know, the 7-year-old will come back to you and say they stressed because the teacher shouted at them and they didn't go out to play at break because they ate their lunch first period, whatever the case may be.
And the 17-year-old might be on some, she wants me to use a condom.
So it's, and I don't feel like, so I try and say, I feel like as a parent and as water, you guys are cancellation.
Caesar says we're running out of food.
I have a condom.
That's how we like it, Caesar.
So
But to Caesar, can you load shedding man?
So
15 minutes.
So to the dads, understand, if you are a startup business, you will need so much more hands-on approach versus once the business
is running.
Give dumb answers, please.
You know, so again, in a perfect world, if you're a father and you guys are co-parenting and the child is young, let's just use the age 5, try and see the child on a weekly basis around, let's say 3 times a week. You know,
3 days a week.
3 days a week.
From age 0 to 5.
From 0 to 5. As the child gets older, let's say from 6 to 10, that number goes to twice a week. Once the child becomes 11 to 15, it might be once a week. You know, as the child then post-puberty, it might be once every second week.
You're busy.
You go from being
So Penson, who knows when 16, but I'm busy.
You go from being the captain on the field. You go from being Usia Kolisi on the field with the person, with your little child, guiding them, to being the coach, being the team manager, to being the owner. Okay. It moves and you become more and more detached because they also need to find themselves as well.
But
and
don't detach too much, man.
No. You're still the owner, still your company. Fucking hell. They need to know. You need to audit. You must know. But at the same time, understanding, Wuti, you can't be those dads. In 18, when every part of every little thing, and because Ingane still needs to figure himself out as well.
What do they call those helicopter
parents? You know, and those ones are treating a 17-year-old the way that they treated that child when they were 7.
Also, on your point that you raised earlier, like where you said, like your kids must learn some form of contact sports,
sure,
etc. Like the boys, especially boys and girls, though.
Sure.
I think be there for the occasions that matter. You know, when your kids are playing sports, you must be there, even if you're the co-parent, the baby daddy.
Sure.
When they've got training, boxing, soccer. You must be there shouting on the sideline.
My lighty told me, hey, bro, I broke. He's like, hey, damn, man. We're playing, don't pull through. I was like, and Chief, what's up? He's like, you're going to be on the side shouting. He's like, nah, just drop me off, blow me in the car. And when I'm done, I'm coming back.
I support your lighty because I know how you shout.
Hey,
I
bro.
also wouldn't want to time
bro.
like that.
It hit me. No, I'm at basketball tomorrow because we had the chat. We had the chat to Guti. I'm not going to be because I'm on the side of the field. I'm in the field.
Yeah, Penson is not the time I'd want at my sports
I'm in
games.
the field, but now we had the chat and we said no. The rule is I have to be in the stands and I can't chat. And if I honor the rule, then I can watch all the games.
Nigga, fuck that rule.
You know what it is?
Fuck that rule. Step back. He's gonna be the Zulu Steph Curry.
Mira, you know the thing for me, it's tough for me to answer that question, Mlotshwa, because in today's time, I don't have a present father.
Who you?
Yeah, I don't have a present father in the sense of yes, I'm speaking about me, Warras.
Oh, I didn't have any father. He died. You insensitive fuck.
And cut! Let's go home. Caesar. Tisha my camera. Asa menzi makhaya manje.
My dad.
We know you're dead, bro.
My dad's gun is bigger than your dad's gun. Oh God.
So according to today's standards,
All you guys sitting down. Asambeni manje.
We call it.
You'll give your opinion in the comments.
okay, cool, sure. Let's close it. So it's a tough one because for me, if I want to play the ball, maybe man, you wouldn't see that guy, man. The whole week you don't see him, like literally. Only maybe after maybe 10 years, man. That's when the guy said, you know what, I'll be home on a Sunday.
Sure.
And on a Sunday is maybe from 5 until 7, then he goes back to work or he comes back, So I don't know the perfect answer.
You think your father was a perfect father?
Because what the relationship we have now, I would say yes.
So the fact that he wasn't around doesn't mean that you feel like you lacked something.
No, I didn't. That's why for me.
Is that in hindsight? Because you look
Yes,
at
in
yourself
hindsight,
now.
yes, in hindsight, yeah,
because
yeah.
you might have been struggling at a certain time.
Now
classic
we're extremely
Afrikaans,
close. Hinja,
for
yeah.
example.
No, the question is when you were young, did you feel like you were missing him? When you were young, did you feel like you were missing him or you?
No. No.
Do you think your father made up for it? Penson spoke about a plant here.
He did.
So maybe your father didn't plant at the beginning, but planted later, and that was good enough to cover retrospectively.
He truly made up. So that's why I don't know about a very specific time. But if I need to really maybe force myself now, it'll be when I have time.
What do you think ideally is best for your time in terms of contact?
When I have time as a father.
Well, now because you're a man.
No, not you as a good man with good intentions. For the average guy, average guy.
Now, on a weekend, average guy is a guy that doesn't work or is a 9 to 5. That's the average guy in South Africa.
So two
2
days a week on the weekend.
Yeah, the average guy.
Bro, if he's not working,
Every day, ne?
Yo, he must go see
No,
his
but the
lights.
problem is the baby mama chance. In a
Yeah,
situation
but
where you
then-
compare,
guy is only
that's
young,
it. No, but if I'm not working, I'm sitting at home. The baby mama must relax. I'm telling her I'm gonna come see my lights.
where are you seeing the lighting?
I'm picking him up from school. You're not working.
The
No,
average
it's
guy,
fine.
what is it? The average guy
She's
is
not going to agree to that.
No, the average guy, no, he's not seeing.
I know in all the things we're saying, we're speaking ideal, but we must also remember.
Tie your baby mama. You're not together, but the child. I can pick the child up from school and drop him at home every day.
But I don't
you're
want
not
you
working.
to drop him off.
That is the average guy.
No, a lot of the stuff that you come with that the baby mama retorts with is ridiculous. That's nonsense.
Yeah,
that one is nonsense.
it's
That
nonsense?
you don't. It's nonsense. I can't drop my child off. I'm
At
tagging.
my place.
At
The
whose
child's
place?
got transport, so I'll pick them up.
Yeah, fuck your place. It's my child.
Yes. But it's a beefer. You must add these dynamics.
I don't want you in my space.
What am I about?
No, I just don't want you in my space.
It's a beefer.
You see the child on the weekend.
As beef.
That thing of being difficult
But
on
it's not
purpose.
Inkani.
It's Inkani. No,
That's beefing for no reason.
That's
She's
nonsense.
saying
No,
I'll
it's a
pick up the
beefer.
child from aftercare.
Aye.
Why are you dropping the
But I
child
am
off?
saying I
It's a
can
beefer.
also
You can
pick
go
up-
see the child.
I am saying
But why
I
are you
can
coming to
also
my
go
place?
pick up the child. So if you say no, don't pick him up. You want to tell me about transport, which costs money. It's not
I'll
free.
pay for it. She'll
The
say I'll pay for
average
it.
guy is walking to the crash, man. I'm confused now, man.
Yes, that guy.
Walking to what crash?
You guys said you speak about the average guy, the average relationship.
Well, the average guy who watches us, sure.
Yeah, but the average guy who watches us must understand. Wait, that guy must understand. Your baby mama can't just walk all over you because of the child. I said that earlier.
Sure.
Don't allow that. That's nonsense. And it sets a dangerous precedent. Don't be ridiculous where you want to be in a space because you want to see who she fucking, who's picking her up.
No,
that's a different chat.
That's clumsy, yeah.
And if the baby mama is telling you no, because she can see your intentions are not the child, you're using the child as a cover, different conversation. But if you genuinely want to be there for the child and see the child, and she's saying no for no apparent reason,
she's not saying no to seeing the child. She's saying why are you dropping the child off at my place?
The child lives with you, you bitch. What do you mean?
I'll pick up the child from aftercare. Go pick up the child, take them for ice cream, drop them off at aftercare. I'll fetch them. I just don't want you to bring them.
Okay, it's fine then. Then I'll spend every day with the child. If that's what the dynamics are.
Sure.
Yeah, the child can blow in my house.
Then I'll chill with the child at my house. Once in done grandy, drop them off at aftercare. Sure.
Okay.
But I'm gonna spend as much time.
Or you can come and fetch the child. And then you've got a car and a job and I'm unemployed.
Kid, man.
I bet you people for the sake of people.
But you must remember, we're also speaking about, sorry to get technical, we're also speaking about a couple that's split. And we're speaking about normal women. And a lot of women are just not that agreeable just because, of course, they hurt and those things.
Yeah, I know.
So you're like, I'm unemployed, therefore I'll pick up the child every day and come drop them. And so she has to see your face.
And the average guy doesn't even want to
fuck
see the
that.
kid as well.
They also don't want to see the kid, yeah. Or see
average
this
guy-
chick.
Yeah, no, it's
Or
not-
see this chick
child,
to
man.
drop the child off.
Oh, but you need to be intentional about it. A lot of guys, like, I understand, look, if you're working,
Most niggas shall
like
bump
your
the wrong
dad,
woman.
like you're saying, it's not, I don't think your dad was purposely avoiding you.
No, he wasn't.
The nigga was working.
I think he was. Debs' dad. I think I've spoken to him. I know Debs' dad.
I know.
He was definitely avoiding. I said, okay, was definitely avoiding. So, Debs, I know, so we are Sunday.
Yeah.
5 to
That
7.
time, uhlele
When you were
emotweni,
not around, Ukibine was at your pose. Is what was happening. Moses came, Ukibine is at home. We are running out to say, why are the plates in the cake?
Why is there 3 plates?
I know.
Ushama TikTok.
Anekeke futhi, like residue of cake.
Stop it, man.
Nah, dog.
I say,
Guys,
let's wrap up.
Let's wrap up.
I say, you're gone. Sure.
Yeah, I know.
I was on
Okay.
one weekend.
5 to 7.
Also, sorry,
7.
to close with the 90-day rule, I googled it. It's in a relationship context. It is a dating concept popularized by author Steve Harvey, which suggests women should wait 90 days before becoming sexually intimate with a new partner. Okay. The idea is that this period allows a woman to observe the man's true intentions and character beyond physical attraction, testing if he is interested in a long-term emotional connection or just sex. Okay. The 90 days are meant to provide a consistent period for seeing how the person behaves in various situations and how they treat you when sexual intimacy is not on the table. The proponents believe that if a man is only motivated by sex, he will likely become frustrated or manipulative when sex doesn't happen within that time frame.
Nice.
Fuck that rule. The nigga must have 90 days of no money spent.
No, I agree.
On the other side, it's what you said.
What is the other? So if
Fuck Steve Harvey.
Where am I?
Fuck Steve Harvey and patriarchy.
Many argue that. Where am I? Many argue that a set of time frame doesn't work for every relationship, as the right time for intimacy is personal and depends on the individuals involved. That's what I was saying. Doesn't apply to everyone. The rule is often criticized for being hetero, what, and applicable for LGBT, what. Yeah, must figure.
No,
All I want to say is
I
this.
wanted Penson to see it because when I said it the first time, he was like, but I introduced my chick to my kids after 2 days. He was getting stressed.
No.
And he has been talking about GBV the whole show.
I'm 90-minute rule. 90 minutes. No, I told you my 90 minutes.
I thought Steve Harvey said 90 minutes.
90 minutes, Nina.
2 days. I made you supper. I'm
Next,
On the 90-day rule, man, for real, to protect men, because patriarchy is fucking bullshit. If she's gonna tell you about 90 days, don't spend any money on her for 90 days. You guys can go for walks and whatever. If she wants you to spend money, not that she must give you palms, but there must be some type of reciprocal. Maybe you guys are both spending money. But this thing of a nigga must bend over backwards to perform for you.
Yeah, no.
That's bullshit. Those are the niggas that'll fuck other chicks. After 90 days, he'll fuck you and ghost you and be like, oh, fuck yourself.
So, Chairperson, I was saying, I agree on the 90-day rule for Moses Bates in terms of seeing the value of the guy, on condition that they sit down and he also has his criteria on what he determines over the 90 days for. Yeah, but so it's a power dynamic doesn't just lie on one party, but it's an agreed upon on both sides. So if I'm the gent and I'm jumping through hoops to prove to Usisi that I'm worthy, she too is also jumping through hoops.
My hoops as well.
My hoops that I've set. I need to, she sets her hoops of no damage. She must also jump through hoops that I've set as well. And if we can agree on whatever that we agree on, don't even make it 90 days. Make it 9 years.
Aye, 9 years.
Whatever it is.
Thank you for visiting us, Warras.
It's a pleasure,
let's close this thing. It's been
closing statements.
You know, I once dated a virgin.
When was that?
I can't talk about that.
Okay, what is it? You please close it, Bram.
Guys, thank you for having me. It was a good chat. I had so much fun. I think we have too much fun and less chats, but I certainly hope that somebody gets value from. I always say to Pen, like when we have our sit downs in general as Amachita, I feel Uguti, a lot of the stuff we say here, we don't realize at the time that we're saying it, Uguti, in an impact that's watching here and take something away from this episode that might change their life, might change their week, might make them laugh, or might help them out in a situation that they're currently dealing with. So these chats are important. I love that they're long. I know that there are those who watch them in pieces, but 1 hour, 45 minutes, I see them, I meet them in the street, they're like, yo, I'm in the middle of that podcast that you're on, 40 minutes, ganjani. So thanks for having me, thanks for the chat. When I get GBV, listen, bro, men are trash, okay? And you have the right to identify as any gender you like, okay, Debza? And we should not belittle each other for our gender. We should not belittle each other for giving it up too quickly, and we should not belittle each other for ukfeba. Nanoguti, we should not belittle each other for not having fathers. Wait, I hope you've learned something. Shout out to Msizwan.
Sister, do you have closing remarks? Chairperson, do you have a closing remarks?
Hey, Chairman.
Madang.
Long list.
Figuring out your identity will solve most of your problems. That's my closing remark.
Closing?
I don't have much. It's dope to have you on the pod jump. It's about that you pull through and you could just adapt to whatever the conversation. Warras Magafika, we said, tell us about you coming to Joburg.
From the States. There's a hotel,
So and I guess people are realizing that this chat is whatever we are speaking about just goes up. Format, you know. And I'm glad that we can still keep it up. And Warraski was part of it today. So
just to also echo as closing, thank you so much just for availing yourself, giving your time. We know Pela, we're now busy, especially at these times. Bro. But just to extend, just thanks to everyone that's actually here. And I think there's a lot of lessons amongst the chuckles and the laughs. If you need to watch it 2-3 times, there's a lot of really heavy things that we touched on. And don't be scared to reach out and send those DMs and saying, Ish, I need a bit of clarity.
Yeah, because we've lived, guys.
We've made a lot of mistakes. Yeah. We've made a lot of mistakes, and and where we can't guide you, we'll forward someone else who might be able to. And
between us, Snama baby mama amani. Nengane futhi.
And asimanga. And ingane ziyeza. Ziyeza ingane.
Manye.
No. Anyway, guys, but thank you so much for tuning in. Sabonga, my chance. Good man.
Take it easy. If it's easy, take it home.
Boy, nah. This thing of yours is dangerous.
Problematic, eh?